Ladies and gentlemen, welcome! I am William Zhang, DigitalQF, and this handsome bloke next to me is the Italian stallion, Christian VD, Crash OBS himself.
Yes.
And tonight, it is the Valorant Oceania Tour 2021 Stage 2 Round of 64. The game that we'll be bringing to you tonight will be Bubble Dragons versus Sanguine Panthers. Crash?
Look, right. I don't know too much about these teams outside. I got two IRL mates on the Sanguine boys over here, so I'm going to be a little bit biased tonight. Outside of that, I'm hoping that we actually get a very good game, especially these are like round 1 games. So sometimes the quality can be a bit low. Hopefully that we get an exception to that, because I do want to. 3 maps is always fun, right? I don't even know what the vetoes are. I have no idea what to expect. So I'm really excited to actually see these teams coming forward.
I can tell you right now, the vetoes actually, it is a best of 3, guys. So map 1, Icebox. Map 2, Bind. Map 3, Split. Now, Crash, Icebox as map 1, that's quite a curveball.
It's annoying for me as well. I do not like observing Icebox, to tell you that much. Outside of that, Double Viper is a potential possibility that we're going to see on the new Viper patch, right? We're playing on the latest patch, I believe. So that does mean we are going to be seeing Broken Viper come out for potentially both these teams. That's something I want to keep an eye on there. I have no, I don't really see Icebox get picked first either. So I have no idea if this is going to be one-sided or not. I'm just very interested to see what they're doing, actually. I would assume they both play Viper, they both play Sage, they both play either a Jet or a Raze, and they just fill from there. Outside of that, though, I'm pretty excited, Digital.
Well, I am so too, and the teams, they are ready. They're all spamming R in the chat. So without further ado, Crash, let's get into map 1, Icebox.
Alrighty. So coming into agent select here, we're gonna be obviously seeing what agents they're gonna be picking. I feel like that's a bit of a, like a no-brainer part. Outside of that, though, well, okay, I'm still loading, by the way. I can't see anything. This is awesome. By the way, I got a terrible PC, so bear with me, guys. I still can't see anything, Digital.
Well, I'll walk you through. So right now, on the defense side, we do have the Bubble Dragon starting off. Ramen insta-locks the Jet. And the side of Sanguine Panthers, Mystic, first player to lock in Sage. Xeno locks in Sova. But Rady's hovering over the Viper. No Viper picked yet on Bubble Dragons.
Right, okay. So at this point, they're actually just... I am still loading in. This is great fun. I'm having so much fun right now.
I'm sure
you have no idea. This happens. It's like...
Okay, so Precision right now of Bubble Dragons, he's locked in the Omen, and on the side of Sanguine, Rady has just locked in Jet. So far, very vanilla, nothing crazy yet.
Oh, I can see now! No, I can't, it's still bugged. I can only see Omen for the side of SGN. That's amazing.
Well, Toblerone, he just picked Viper. So there you go, there's your favorite Viper pick. On the attack side, starting off.
I mean, Viper's just nuts on this map, right? There's a reason why teams are picking her even before she was actually, I guess, considered viable
Oh yeah.
by most, right? On this map in
Choose your
particular.
agent.
So regardless of this, I do want to see how these teams do battle. Something got locked in. You said, "Ooh, I have no idea what I'm
Yeah,
seeing."
Gluttony just picked Reyna. Sentient locks in the Sage. So
Reyna,
a very
okay.
vanilla setup on the side of Bubble Dragons. And Sanguine, more or less vanilla. You have Sage, Jet, Sova, Omen. That's on both sides. And it's a Reyna versus a Viper. Those are the only two different picks.
So, okay, I can see this now though. Interesting to see we are seeing double controls on the side of Sanguine. That's not something you see every day. I guess that's one of those things where it's like they want to have more flexible utility in that Omen because their playstyle may just benefit from it a bit more. Outside of that, I think the rest of the comp's extremely standard. No killjoy for either of these sides. It's something that we're really seeing a lot more in the NA meta. You don't really see the killjoy because everyone's picking that server which we are seeing a mirror matchup of here. Because killjoy util is really easy to just break. With a server, so I guess in their meta, it makes sense not to actually be picking the killjoy at all there. Besides that though, I thought we may have seen one, but you know what, I'm not complaining. We do see the double jet, the double sage, the double Omen, and the double server. So the only flexes for each team is going to be that Viper for Toblerone and that Reyna for Gluttony. So I want to know how these guys are going to be able to pilot these agents. So we are going to be heading into the pistol around here. Looks like a potential just an A bust off the bat.
Oh, Toblerone, that's a really interesting Viper wall looking to cut A side in half. And there's 3 players of the Bubble Dragons already situated on the A site, and the take doesn't need to be coming out. Gluto gets scanned out, tapping away. Louis will win the engagement first off. And that's already one good pick for the Panthers. Ramen playing point blank. He throws down the Cloud Burst. He touches the smoke! 50 HP decay! And he's down to 1 off that shock dart. This is brutal from Viper right now. Sanguine Panthers are still aggressing onto the site. Rady gets 1 onto precision. Headshot. Not a trade back just yet. Ramen finally point blank. Jet on Jet action. Jet difference. Looking for yet a second pick. Mystic at that distance. Can't quite fall to the frenzy just yet. Toblerone is trying to assist his teammate while Mystic Sage rolls up and goes for the plant. Xeno with a quick jump. Mystic maybe caught off guard here. Indeed he does. Xeno looking for yet another. Can't quite get the headshot. DA trades back. Sanguine, the Panthers, up 1 player. And the last 2 players of the Bubble Dragons have to try and go for the defuse. Sentient, it's a Sage all in half, but it gets taken down by DA, who was already on the pipes. Now it's all down to the lone Jet Ramen by himself. He's already tagged down by the Viper utility and the shock darts earlier, and he can actually manage to steal this defuse. This is insane. Louis gets on the wall. Oh, okay. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. Louis, he knew where he was. Ramen was gonna stick all the way. 1-0 on the board, going for the Panthers.
Solid thought. This round's obviously something you definitely want to be winning in a competitive game like Valorant. Regardless of that, though, I'm happy with the way that they did manage to get onto that site in the end. They did use the wall, obviously, for the wall plant. I mean, it's just very standard site execute. Interesting Viper wall as well. Basically cuts off the whole entire CT rotation, or the defender spawn rotation. You're really just isolating those rules at the start. And also, in that pistol round, we did get to see basically how Viper's actually strong on this patch. I believe it was Ramen walks into that wall, gets completely chunked out of 50 health, gets hit by the shock dart down to 1 health, so they had to completely back off the angle, and they weren't able to take a fight until that decay was reverted, I guess, there. So that's really just one of the many things that you can notice about this Viper pick being pulled out by these teams. This is a really cool wall, by the way, we're seeing from Sentient. This basically completely stops them from actually going for the standard stage wall into plant, and now they have to break the wall and get into these really uncomfortable angles if they do want to get that spike down.
Well, Mystic, of course, Sage on Sage. It takes 1 to no 1, breaks the wall, and there's already people jumping up. This great save by Rady, so Mystic can confirm the plants. And now already a player of the Bubble Dragons are gone, and it's SMGs on the entirety of Sanguine here. And they're throwing utility and biding their time because they know the classics on the side of the Bubble Dragons. They have to go for a retake. Rady sprang through a smoke off of utility. Picks up 3 for himself at this point. Up 4 to finish the round. Already has the Blade Storms online. This is round 2, by the way, Crash.
Yeah, so obviously, Ultimate Economy, another very key thing coming into this game. Rady already having that Bladestorm available potentially means that going into this next round, he can just drop a teammate regardless of the outcome of this round. He could potentially look to go for knives if something does happen. I don't really think we're going to be seeing that, though. He has almost 5,000 credits in the bank already, so that's absolutely an insane value 2 rounds into the game, going into the 3rd one now. The Radiant could potentially look to pop the Blade Storms here, because obviously if you win the bonus round, you completely break their economy and you go 3-0 up. That's really, really insane amounts of momentum that you're getting early on, and that can potentially just swing the favor of a side very early on. So I do want to know if he does end up popping them eventually. But for the time being, they're going to be creeping up towards this A side. Very just passive play. He is going to be trying to look for a fight on Gluttony here, though. Doesn't seem like there's going to be success yet, and the hit is coming out.
Ooh, Gluto getting the huge tap onto Rady and Precision 1 to Toblerone. The bonus buy coming out of the Panthers right now, definitely not working out, as all the kills are flowing the way of the Bubble Dragons. Not a single trade or lick of damage, really, to go back. Mystic, yeah, he's Sage. 3 points off of the ultimate resurrection, and now the Panthers have to hold back and try get something to happen. But at this rate, I don't think anything will, really.
Here's the thing, though. I think from seeing that as well, it's one of those things where it's like you have the Spectres and you're taking on those rifles at range. It's really unfortunate circumstances they kind of forced themselves into there by opting to go for that ace site without really looking for anything else at the start of the round there. You should be like very straightforward kills to just close out the round there. But it's just one of those things where it's like if you're not going to be able to get kills early on, the round's just going to completely crumble. And there you go, Mystic on a 1v5, and it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get much. This is best case scenario for the defenders, by the way. Absolutely best case scenario. They hold on to all 5 members. They may need to reinvest in shields. Though regardless of that, the Ramen has access to the Blade Storm. We are also seeing the Blade Storm on Rady. He didn't pop it last round though, as he is going to be opting in to go for that Vandal here already on round 4. So the economy for both sides is somewhat strong, considering how early the game is though. But if Sanguine doesn't manage to win this round, or at least get I'd say maybe like 3 kills, could potentially spell disaster and maybe a bit of a momentum shift coming through.
Well, like I mentioned earlier, full bar coming from both teams. Both Jets have their ultimates, and no one else quite ready to join them in that regard. Same setup on the defense, and honestly right now, the Panthers just sneaking their way around, trying to get a pick or two. That's mad aggression from Gluto. Gluto gets the kill onto DA, even the heal to come out, and the trade from Louis not quite in time. Gluttony, I do think he can just run away and stay alive for now. Man advantage going the way for the Bubble Dragons, but maybe not for long. Louis and Toblerone, they're about to round the corner. Louis with the correct check, but Gluttony gets 2! Finally, the trade back from Toblerone, and that's 2 players down early on. The man disadvantage going the way of the Panthers. Oh, the Ramen as well.
Ramen's already pushing up! Yeah, never mind. He's gonna back off the angle though. But that's the thing. They had no members invested towards that A site, that A push, and he basically just was able to walk up for free, completely uncontested. Since no one is even like they're not investing manpower into that area, he took that space, managed to get 2 out of that. That's just really good game sense coming out, knowing that he can fill that space and he can just wait for them to make the mistakes so you can punish them for it. And the best part about that as well is if you get that kill, you're playing Rainy, you can just completely dismiss out and not get traded at all though. But the fact that he managed to get 2 kills overall is insanely huge, but they are going to be stomping onto this A site Digital.
Yep, and Rady, he's using his utility, making sound, dashing in between the Sage walls. Finally, the Spiker does get planted by Mystic. Toblerone setting up utility for the post-plant defense. Slowly but surely, the Bubble Dragons, they're swarming onto the A site. Going for a clean retake. Now, no impactful ultimates to essentially allow them a free pass onto site, and the Sova Recon Arrow is already gone. Wrecking the Sage Wall slowly, and Toblerone lineups with the Snake Bites, going for 1 initially. That will delay the defense a bit longer. Does Rady see Xeno? Yes, he does! And Xeno gets caught in his pants down. Utility was just out. Rady still aping through, getting another kill. Got the knife as well to Ramen! You don't see that too often. Precision with the trade back. Sentient on another. It's also Toblerone by himself. The defense coming through from Precision. Rady, it was a cool moment, but Toblerone, he will clutch the round. No time left for the defuse. That's huge. Sentient, Sage on Viper, and they both died to the spike. That's crazy.
I'm telling you right now, Rady's just made a statement from that knife kill. Using that instead of just pulling out his pistol to deny the spike defuse. I mean, if you're on the side... oh god, this is so bad for me though. But on the side of... I think it's just like Bubble something, right? It's like a very long name. Can I just call him Bubble? Are we cool with that?
Call him the Dragons. I think Dragons sounds cooler.
Dragons. Alright, well there you go. On this side, I mean, just getting completely knifed when going for that spike defuse, that must like actually be something that would kind of, especially to these, no disrespect, but to these lower tier teams, they're probably not going to be too happy after getting knifed in a game like this. The mental resilience might not be there though. I'd love to be wrong, as we are going to be seeing the recon dart come out towards B, and it's just going to be a very heavy B default coming out, and we are going to be seeing Mystic watching that mid flank though, so they do have a couple of the flanks watched them. The only issue is now is that there are there's 2 members towards B currently. So they've already got a really good idea on how this round's going to play out, and there you go. Gladiator is already rotating over as well. The wall is going to go down by the side by Sentient, excuse me, but the counter wall is coming down. Mystic's going to be going for that fight. Oh my goodness, Mystic!
Ramen using the blades damages Mystic down to 25, but Mystic will manage to get the spike planted and survive. Finally goes down to wallbang by Xeno. Xeno picks up 2 actually. DA standing in the line of fire. Radic a month go huge here, pops the blade storm. This is aware that Xeno's right behind him. Shot out of the air like a pigeon during hunting season. Louis and Toblerone by themselves. Xeno going huge, 4 kills from now. Toblerone going for the snakebite lineups, but maybe too little too late. Xeno gets the ace and cleans fast retake, all on the back of Xeno. Bubble Dragons, they can wait out the snakebite and get the defuse handily.
I mean, I think one issue with that post plant that was coming out from the side of Sanguine is the fact that they are just wanting to completely like commit to a sort of hard off-site post plant. They're not really giving themselves any angles to play in besides that yellow box. And when they get completely pushed back and overwhelmed by the defenders, there's pretty much nothing that they can do. They're kind of hard relying on Viper using her sneak bites in the post plant to completely deny the defuse there. But once you get pushed back, your Viper's not going to be able to stay alive for long. They're going to have to invest their manpower into potentially holding onto that space that they need to hold onto, right?
Yeah.
So it's good that the opponents, like, they understood that early on and managed to capitalize on that there. But it's okay for the time being because it's still in favor of Sanguine on the attacking side so far. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that they can't get themselves back in this game. Very early days, so that is a really cool poison orb.
And as well, as you can see, it forces Xeno out of position, but that recon arrow will reveal with Rady and Mystic. They're still aggressing on. Xeno playing inside the smoke, backing off now. Mystic, he won't get tagged up. Doesn't matter though. Gluttony and Xeno, they get headshots, they get the kills. Toblerone finding on the trade back. Doesn't check his corner, Precision's there. Picks up 2 for himself. All's down to Louis now. The last player remaining. Sentient, clean headshot, hiding underneath the bridge, the pipes. Well, what was that actually? The bridge like a goblin? And picks up his kill. 3 on 3, even score lines.
You're pretty straightforward around, only losing 1 in the end there. So regardless, I mean that's a pretty good scenario. 3-3 to come out. So already this game is extremely neck and neck so far. So that's something we definitely want to be able to see coming out from these sorts of teams. Really entertaining games. Starting on Icebox of all things as well. That still threw me off. Toblerone going to be going for a pretty standard wall towards this B side as the rest of his team's looking to bust A. But the issue is there's a 3-man stack.
3-man second Ramen. This is a really common angle as well with the operator looking to get an initial pick. Ideally, Precision watching his high angle, and the utility gets exposed. Ramen misses a shot though, perhaps expecting this over just to peek out a little bit further. The Panthers, they're gearing up for the take. Ramen still holding the angle, but will be forced away. That snakebite pushes him out of there. That's fantastic. Still looking to get a pick. The Aldrin goes down at least. Hedgewig, poor little birdie. And the players are rotating over. You already have a player at Xeno towards mid as well. Precision to mask the jump, but the Panthers, they're falling back and through the shadows. Precision by himself, he does have the TP. It doesn't matter. Well, it does matter after all. Xeno getting a pick onto Louis. So there's your Sova down on the side of the Panthers. Not the best start. You lost your initiator. Raging with the trade back though.
I mean, this is really good right here. The only member that is going to be defending this B site is going to be Sentient, right? This is the one that needs to go big here. They're probably going to completely overlook this position or not even look to take this space anyway because they have that Viper wall to cut it off. This is really good play coming out from the side of Sanguine here. The wall is going to get deployed here. Mystic's going to be able to get the spike down. Viper's pick gets deployed.
Wow.
This is going to be very difficult, especially since they don't have the server available. Generally, what you'd want to do to counter that Viper pit, just park a recon dart in it. They don't have that option available to them, so it's going to be a completely, just a pretty much a guns blazing 4v4. Bit of a bloodbath coming out here now, Digital.
Yeah, I don't know Rady actually if he can see past the Viper's pit, but Toblerone definitely can. Rady actually does have the drop, takes down Precision, retreats back into the smoke, looking for yet another Mystic with the res onto Louis, and now Rady does get taken out. Toblerone is still sitting on the spike, and the kills are all favoring the Bubble Dragons. Toblerone finally gets one, but the spike, it's already half ticked at the very least. Sentient, look at the decay, it's insane! Toblerone, Viper the buff, it definitely works, picks up a triple, single-handedly denies the spike defuse.
There you go. There you guys go in chat. Use your ultimates, secure rounds. As soon as they got that sight, they dropped the Viper's pit instead of holding it for absolutely no reason. And look what happened. They had to take the fight to them. They weren't able to just stand around and kind of play slowly. If they aren't getting in that Viper's pit, they're not going to be winning that round. And there you go. That's why Viper's a pretty strong agent now. The -50 on every single one of the members of the defenders, alongside the fact that the decay is going to be kicking in whilst they do try to find Toblerone inside of it. That's just really good usage coming out. And I mean, it's just a really easy way to hold down B in the post plant. Ramen is going to be holding this angle though, so it does look like it's just going to be a bit of a 5-man A hit.
Rady, there's a player above him. It might just dunk on its head. Ramen gets the initial pick, and Gluttony doesn't actually manage to land the shot. Rady stares above and gets the uppercut. And now the defender's already down a player. Resurrection is available, and the Hunter's Fury never count that out. The Spiker will get planted by Mystic, and the Panthers, they can retreat to play a post plant. But Xeno, already on the flank, this may be huge for his team. Here's a jet dash up, and Rady too sharp gets the hitch onto Xeno. The flank unsuccessful. The defenders down to the last legs. Ramen gonna have to call a save, I believe. He doesn't want to lose the $5,000 investments. Sentient, full utility, full armor, even has a rifle. I think exits right now is the best thing the Bubble Dragons can go for.
I look like that's going to be the case here. There's not really much they can do. They're just going to concede the round. Want to save that operator going into the next round. As there you go. Sentient is not going to be holding onto that rifle going into the next round though, but Ramen here needs to be holding onto this operator. There's a lot of value they can find with this though, but does manage to find Rady. So that's always just going to be a nice little prize in the end. Not really much he can do here. Just if he does manage to punish any of them pushing into him, could be something though, but not. Looks like he's going to back off the angle. There could have been a potential another kill found there, but it's not the end of the world. 5 rounds, or 5-3 favor the attackers. This is always a really good start on Icebox. I'm still not too sure, like, I need to look at this. This is probably very bad on my end. I still don't know what sort of sided map this is, if it is more of a defender or attacker sided. It really just depends on the teams playing. They can make it look very defender sided, and another team can just make it look very attacker sided. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, regardless of this, there 5-man B push coming out for the start of the round. I'm curious to see how they do approach this, sir, as they are going to be getting that Aldrin coming out early. But Toblerone is going to be looking to lurk mid, but doesn't matter. Ramen with the opening frag.
Ramen, just timing, catches Toblerone off guard, and Sentient gets caught by the Aldrin. He's already tagged under 70. Great Sage Wall to save his hide for it now. Rady going to go huge, and Ramen for 2 to open up for the Bubble Dragons right now. Panthers, they're down by 2 players. Mystic on the flank will catch Gluttony, and that should call the rotation over to the A sites, in which currently there are no players on the defense going to A, with the exception of Xeno starting to rotate over just now. And DA, okay, TP's just to cross and leave his Sage to cross manually. Xeno, really aggressive push. Might just catch Louis here. Louis too sharp. All the players are Panthers. They're going huge right now. And now the numbers are equalized. First, it was 2 initial picks at the start of the round by the Jet, and suddenly the advantage swings back into the favor of the attackers, in my opinion, right now.
I couldn't tell you what Xeno was doing there because I don't think he knew what he was doing there. You're in a 4v3, you've got the numbers. Why are you just pushing down A main for absolutely no reason, trying to take a random one-on-one fight? Hold on to your numbers. If you are forced to play retake, it's fine. You can play retake. They don't have that Viper available. You're not going to be oppressed as much in that retake. It's not as bad. Resurrection does come out, so Xeno will have a second life going into this, as he also does have the Hunter's Fury, which is something to note of. This is a 4v5 retake, but the only issue is now is that it's going to be coming out a little bit too late, potentially.
Potentially the Spike's already ticked out, and this is good. Mystic! He had the drop, but Precision manages to get the kill off of the skin of his teeth. Ramen got to try fake the defuse. Knives are out, can't quite land them. DA dodging between the knives, will fall to Sentient. Down to 2v1 now. Louis for the clutch. Louis 4 kills. The Panthers, they reign supreme.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what I meant to say about that round. There was too many things going on. It was completely back and forth. I was completely back in the Bubble Dragons at one stage, and then after that random push into A main, I was backing Sanguine, and the res came out, so I was like, alright, 4v3 retake surely, right, with no Viper available. And then it doesn't matter, because the clutch factor is there for Sanguine, and they're going to be able to pick up that 6th round in a bit of a nail-biter finish there. I mean, I'm loving this game so far, and we're not even halfway through the first map, Digital.
No, we're not. 3-6 scoreline though. The Panthers have to be feeling so good, but then again, one player pushing will change the sway of that round. Gluttony gets peeked out. Gluttony doesn't matter. He still gets to go into Rady. Still no scoping through. Utility is being spammed right now. The Panthers still insistent on taking the A side. 3 players of the defense already on. Precision in the smoke gets one of the Mystic. That's a Vandal's hands now. This could be huge for the defenders. Precision, yet another smoke, and the Panthers, they can't push through. Recon Arrow even forces DA off of pipes. Toblerone waiting for Precision to come back, faking the orb grab, but Precision is shooting through. Toblerone still waiting, pushes through right now, will get the kill, and no one there to back him up. No crossfire from the defenders either. The numbers, it's not favoring the Panthers, but they have the gun advantage, and by that alone, my money is on them winning this round. They even get the ult orb as well, charging the weapon spread up a little bit more.
are going to be looking to potentially back out here. 3v4 situation. Interesting position that they are in. Two of the members are going to be low in that Omen and that Viper, so that's something that needs to be of note. Ramen is going to be the sole A defender for the time being, though. They are going to be looking to get the spike down. I'm not really too sure if Ramen's in a position to get much done here. Crocodile does come out clear. That generator position, it looks like nothing's going to be there. Toblerone's going to be on for the plant here. Doesn't really look like Ramen wants to go for much. Hunter's Fury's going to get deployed. They're going to keep you completely missing the mug. Oh my goodness.
Toblerone
Barely gets out alive.
Jumping. It narrowly caught his tail end. Ramen with the Sheriff gonna drop down and will prey easily to Louis. Louis could quite land the shots just yet. Xeno finally does take him down. The attackers, once again, they don't retain their man. Well, they don't retain their advantage with one, but Sentient, he's so close right now. A single push is all it takes. DA is gone. All down to Toblerone by himself to clutch it out. No snake bites, not much utility. And Xeno, he has the angle. Finally, the kill, the drop, and Toblerone. Oh no, Sentient manages to get the kill. 5 HP standing. Defuse to come through from the Bubble Dragons. They're behind by 2, and that's not a huge deficit.
You can't be missing those shots.
No.
Also, the post-plant idea was fine. The plant position is kind of what threw it off there. You could see from Toblerone just the way he was playing. As soon as he saw the spike get tapped, or heard the spike get tapped, and he wasn't able to peek it and see the person that was going to be defusing it, he kind of panicked there, and he was just like, oh, I'm not sure what I'm meant to do here. Just go for a random snake bite and just pray for the best. But it doesn't matter, though. It does whiff the shot onto Sentient. It happens to the best of us, right? Can't take too much away from him, though. Really good attempt from Sanguine, though, to at least make that round somewhat competitive at the very end. Heavy B presence is going to be deployed early. That is oh my goodness, what are those? Those are some interesting shock darts. What we like to call the cheese shock darts, because they're one of those things where it's like, the consistency of them actually getting value is very minimal though, but once you do get a kill with them, it's a very satisfying feeling.
The whole stadium roars with laughter, or just hype really, when we do get a kill. It's one of those, the average Jonas lineups, I suppose. The Panthers, they do get revealed. Rady got the back up a little bit. Sage will come up from the defense time and time again. Now, we'll talk about the Sage Walls a little bit later, but Toblerone pulls down the Viper's Pit, and the plants about to come down from Mystic ASAP. So much utility being spammed around as well. Mystic can't place the Sage Wall, having a little bit of trouble. Rady gets taken down by Xeno, and Xeno still spraying through, trying to get a pick or 2, but the Sage Wall's already up. Sentient for another onto DA. The Panthers are falling one at a time. Louis even all down to the last player. Toblerone by himself, playing out of the Viper's Pit. Will catch one player off guard, going to dash back in, but Precision knows exactly the angle where Toblerone is playing, shooting through a smoke. You don't even need vision, just audio cues. Gets the kill. 4 players standing. The Dragons, they managed to defuse. Now, Crash, I was saying earlier about the Sage Wall defensively. To put it up that early, I'm not too sure about that one, Chief, because it just gets destroyed instantaneously. It doesn't quite stop the plants. Maybe saving it for the retake and then the defuse might be more effective. It didn't come to that, though, but nonetheless.
It depends on how much they value that Sage Wall going into a retake, I'd say. Some teams would prefer to just fight brute force, and they don't really worry about that Sage Wall too much. Some other teams probably just want to look to deploy it early, and they use that just to create a bit of pressure and just make the, I guess, throw off the opponents a bit, make it a bit more uncomfortable, you could say. I'm a fan of using it a bit early to make sure you kind of get it down if you know the hit's going to be coming out towards B there. But speaking of hit coming out towards B, Xeno is getting pressured back here. Rady is on his tail right now.
Misses all the blades. Xeno even got tagged down by the Viper util. Toblerone to pick up the kill. Mystic onto Sentient as well. Sage difference. And this is a full rush coming out from the Panthers. Precision even gets revealed. You may have to go huge here. And the Panthers, they're all sneaking onto the site. Spike about to go down. The defenders, they're already down 2 players. They have to try to get the frags. Limited utility to work with. Limited manpower even. Gluttony falls to Rady again. Louis, he was already in the pipes to confirm the trade anyways. Precision so far away from his teammates. The spike is ticking away. They have smokes, they have 1 paranoia, and a whole lot of luck behind them if they want to win this 2v5, really. First TP out, Precision makes his way onto the sites, but the angle's being held by Mystic. There's 2 players, 3 even. Precision pulls his paranoia, may actually blind 2 players, but at this distance, it's not going to do much of a difference. Mystic pulls up the classic, gets the kill, and Louis from behind. The long con pays off. Ramen, he's gone. That $5,000 operator, gone.
Switching sides.
I mean, your first half already done. I'll be honest, that felt really quick. Like,
the round
that,
or the half?
that was actually a really, really quick half, if I'm being completely honest. Something else I want to talk about is the fact that towards the end there, they kind of just started defaulting towards that B site, because they knew they had the most success there. Something that you can pick up on a little bit later into the round, especially if you feel out what the opposing team's defaults are. Bubble Dragon, I guess, one of those things where it's like if you're not running a Killjoy on this map, there's a lot of lack of info gathering you get, and you only really have that Sova. This is also going to be in the same case Sanguine here. That's something they're going to have to consider as well, the fact that they don't have that Killjoy. Their rotations and their like map awareness needs to be on point, otherwise there's really good chances that there's just a bunch of lurks that can come through. Something we didn't see too much is just random lurks in a tube. I don't believe Sentient was actually walling in tube consistently, considering he was defaulted towards that B position, just looking to put his wall down on that B site early on. So that's something I want to consider here. Maybe that's just something that they can look at and go like, oh, well, look, next time we play a team like that, we can identify the fact that Tube is pretty open and we can get a lurk and then maybe get like 1, 2, 3 round wins from it, right? Outside of that, I'm curious to see how this Viper does get piloted there. Toblerone's actually towards A, which is something you don't normally see on Viper. I'm actually not sure what to make of this.
Well, I wouldn't mind actually Viper on A because that wall would just it just basically guarantees no pushes to come out. Realistically.
Look, I guess on you. Okay, look, I'm thinking of the mindset of Viper old patch. This makes a lot more sense now. You can completely stop them from getting onto the A side, or if they do want to push on that A. Wait, is it a one-way?
Oh, it could be. What is trouble?
Oh, okay, maybe not.
No, we had our hopes and dreams.
Very standard way to deploy your Viper util, I guess. I guess it makes sense to put that wall down there. Look, I want to see how it works. I guess you can use it since Viper's wall's actually scary now to push. So generally you would default it towards that B position, that B long area, because what you can do behind it is throw down a snake bite and completely force them out of that area for the opening start of that round. And you can confirm B long control there. But regardless, we're not really talking about B here. The push is coming out to A though. Sanguine's got a lot to do here.
Yeah, Rady already spots our player early on, and the recon arrow as well. No, the dart from the owl drone doesn't matter because Raman's on the chase up, picks up Mystic. I thought we were expecting a teammate right there for a second. Raman still going through. Rady with the trade bag. Spike gets planted, and Raman, 16 HP. Look at the decay and vulnerability. That thing slaps, really. And look at the smoke as well. Creates so much paranoia. Yeah, Toblerone asking his teammates to clear the corner. Confirmed clear. Rady going to huge for his team. Gets one. It wasn't sure that where Raman was. Close range. Takes him down. And it's back and forth. Slugfest right now. Toblerone wants a sick jump click. Going for another. It's all down to Xeno. By himself. 1v3 the classic. Gets to get these clean taps. Yet another. But Toblerone jumping up again on the wall. Picks up his second kill of the round. Pistol round goes to the Panthers.
I'm so mad I didn't actually catch that from Toblerone's POV. That was just like a random jump right-click burst over the wall of all things as well to take out, I believe that was Raman. They're really good pistol coming out from Sanguine. They didn't really get too overwhelmed by the numbers. They decided to play that retake, and they played it really well. They just took the fight to them. Pretty standard stuff. Not really much to cover there. The only real thing I want to cover from that round is the fact that was a really nice Viper wall, considering on pistol round especially, you don't really take B. The range, especially with pistols, unless you're going to be investing a lot of Sheriffs and Ghosts, isn't really in your favor. To be taking those fights at least, especially when you're looking to get onto the side. Wait, what is this? Wait, this is a different wall as well. Okay, so we're seeing some new Viper tech come out. I have no idea if it's good or not. I like the idea of it though, because you kind of force them to come through the choke point of towards back Yeller. Because if they are going to be taking the fight anywhere else, it's just going to be working out in their favor. One way does come out, Snakebite as well. It's just going to potentially be a B retake here.
But Toblerone, he's not using the wall. Okay, finally it does. And no, Sentient, there's the slap. But the instant heal coming through. The decay, thankfully, doesn't last for too long. And the plant will be confirmed by Sentient. But the gun's already going ham now. Finally, with the clapback. But Rady looking for more. He's hungry. He's thirsty. Louis to back him up. All the players fall of the Bubble Dragons. Xeno, once again, in the clutch situation. 1v4. Great start of the Louis. And then dink onto DA. Almost gets a second with a classic. It was fantastic. But couldn't quite go all the way. Of course, confirming the 4-round lead for the Panthers.
One thing you can consider here if you're on the side of Sanguine is Rady can drop his teammate a rifle here, and if he's comfortable popping the Blade Storms next round. He's 5 out of 6, so that's basically going to confirm that he's going to be able to get the Blade Storms out in that next round. Or potentially this round if he just gets a single kill. But looks like they're just going to opt into the hard bonus round. They're not really going to look to invest any powerful weapons behind it. That's just some food for thought there. I'm not saying it's probably the play, I'm just saying it's something you do have the option of doing if you want to put that one random rifle towards B just for a bit more pressure there. Speaking of B there, very heavy default coming out towards B here. Precision is going to be that mid lurk though, so that's something we do want to talk about later into the round. And this is the cool wall. So I guess on the side of Sanguine, they're not really going for that B default wall every single time, or the B long wall. They're looking to change it up a bit, and spice it up, keep the enemies guessing, and it's definitely working out so far for these couple of rounds coming out.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, though, the situation is about to be very bad for Panthers as the spike will get planted. Sentient just slowly burning away inside the snake bite. Thankfully, actually, I'm surprised. It doesn't actually do that much damage. He was sitting in for quite a while. Precision starts off with the frag onto Rady. That's the power of the Vandals versus SMGs. The TP as well. The power, Louis already in the kitchen. Gluttony, long range distance, trying to get the kill. Louis gets the kill to Precision. 1-for-1 trades, but Turbo around disable. Gonna defuse. Oh, so close. That was a millisecond off. Unfortunately, the blood does get shed. Louis has a Vandal in his hand, trying to get a headshot. Indeed, he does. Ramen with a swing. Perhaps a little bit too aggressive. And Zeno holding around the corner. And DA gets the kill. Sentient, that came so close. But look, Crash, they lost 4 players. Sentient, you have to invest that ultimate just to bring back economy? That's brutal. That's definitely not good.
Well, we'll get to basically see the aftermath of that whole situation now. Have a look at the economy for the side of Bubble Dragons. Right?
Okay, it's not bad, actually.
It's not, yeah, look, it's not the end of the world, though, but here's the thing. Any gun that Sanguine takes away from them is going to be doing so much damage in the long run as well. And also, on the side of Sanguine, they do now have that Hunter's Fury alongside Xeno, on the flip side having his own. So there are some tools available here. Ramen's one off the Blade Storm. That's not going to be too, I don't really think they'll have too much impact in this round, considering he does have the rifle, though. They are just going to be looking for a bit of an ace stomp here, as Rady is playing this advanced angle spotting belt here.
Ooh, that was close. Good reaction time to not go for the kill. And Gluttony, he's aggressing slowly onto the side. The Panthers, all 5 players, but they're going to join the teammates on the A side. Xeno, early Hunter's Fury, does tag Louis, but Mystic with the heal to come out ASAP. The Panthers, they're holding strong the A side. Xeno, I like his positioning. He snuck basically on the site halfway. Toblerone will get the opening frag onto Ramen. Long distance, actually, on the rotation out of A. Slowly but surely, while seeing the players rotate out, Toblerone can get another kill again. Spots out another. Will use the Viper wall preemptively. But the spike, it's still around the A side. Xeno and Sentient playing the rotation game, perhaps. Xeno, great pick. That's only 1 defender gone. But this does confirm, I guess, of sorts, a rotation back to the A side for the Panthers.
You see his head?
Who?
I don't know if Gluttony just saw Mystic's head there up on Boiler. Doesn't opt to take the duel though. And look, he's crept his way into Kitchen here. This one, like, single position could potentially just win the round on its own. A potential lurk kill here would just be absolutely insane. Toblerone, I mean, he's looking on the tube there, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. I mean, he has to go big here.
Oh, Gluttony. Oh, indeed. Mystic walks right into his face. Gluttony on the flank. Toblerone, he's getting angsty now. There's about 10 seconds left. He can't deny the plant just yet. Challenging Xeno and Gluttony. He's holding around, just waiting for one of the defense to peek him. The drop, the dunk, and Toblerone on the clapback. Louis with the, Hunter's Fury gets the kill. And that's it. Time done and dusted. Gluttony. Oh, I want to call it hesitation, but him sitting there in such a strong angle, not opting to go aggressive, create space for his team. Oh, look, Crash. I think that may have contributed to the loss in that round.
I mean, I think the one thing that needs to be stated about that lurk is the fact that he got his initial kill and he decided to basically not pinch the site with his team. He decided to commit to that lurk position instead of actually looking to go, alright, we've taken basically kitchen control and we've taken B-long control. We know there's at least going to be 1 player on the B side. Let's go crunch him, right? He decided to just commit to that hard lurk, and but as soon as he did that, he basically just wasn't really doing anything. They weren't swinging him, so he's not going to be able to get more value out of that lurk, though. Not the end of the world, though. They are going to be going in for an eco here. There will be a full buy coming out next. That is a very early Viper's pit.
Well, it's better to use it now instead of dying.
I mean, eco as well,
potentially.
Though.
Hey, maybe he wants to pad his stats a little bit. You can't be letting Rady and the boys get all the kills, you know? Well, Rady, he gets digs as well through the Viper's pit. Luel holding up high, but slowly. I do think that the Bubble Dragons are going to have to get out of their Ascension. Even gets tagged slightly through the wall. The Panthers holding steady, and this basically does force the attackers to go towards the B site.
Oh, that could have been the potential timing there, going for that.
It doesn't
Sharp
matter.
Shot onto Ramen there.
They only have classics and pistols. Mystic, he has the advantage going to this. Oh, Gluttony takes down Rady. The aggression doesn't pay off for the Panthers. Mystics are holding strong. The Lear, I wasn't actually sure if that would get Luo. It does either way. Mystic on yet another kill. Mystic for triple at this point. They keep going to his line of sight, and he keeps shutting them down. Down to the last 2 players on the attack side. No heal just yet for Precision.
30 seconds
Sentient.
left.
He can heal his teammates soon. Holding on to the Bulldog. Can't even afford to reload, but that jump, it made so much noise. It confirms that they are still in kitchen. At least 1 player The Panthers have them boxed in pretty much. Toblerone sitting inside his Snake Viper spell on the A side. Time is ticking away. Precision with the paranoia, and DA just juking around behind that wall. Gets the kill either way. Luo from distance, and 11 round score points going the way of the Panthers. This is looking to be a done game at this point.
Potentially here. Economy for the side of Sanguine is really good alongside the ultimate economy. Mystic farmed up his res in that round, which is really good. The fact that he managed to get 3 kills confirmed his resurrection. And we don't really see any, I want to say impact ults. Is, I guess, a term we could potentially use because they only have the Empress and the Blade Storm, right? Not really ults that are going to be too round changing or game changing, I guess. But potentially they could put in a bit of work. Bit of a heavy B presence coming out here, though. And he just walked through the wall. That man's got absolutely no fear. Dart does tag down Toblerone, though. It looks like the B hit is on Digital.
It is on Rady doing the initial damage onto Xeno. However, there is no Viper wall to debuff him. And Rady goes down. Already man advantage going away for the attack. His Spike's about to get slammed down by Sentient. And the Snakebite doesn't even manage to tag him. 1-for-1 trades. That was crazy. Luo, he just, he saw his legs as soon as the camera switched. And DA getting the kills on the flank, looking for a second. A third for DA, popping heads! All down to Ramen by himself. And the resurrection from Mystic is back. And then Sage Wall, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. To guarantee the defuse. Ramen can't possibly go over the wall, can't possibly get the kills. He falls. Match point for the Panthers.
That whole time in the minimap, I was staring at Ramen because I was like, okay, when's he gonna basically realize that DA is up on top? What do you even call that?
Crane, I guess?
I don't know what you call that. Regardless, I was like, alright, when's he gonna look up so I can stop this PvP to get the kill? Took his time. DA managed to get 3 from that position. The first 2 kills were sharp, like they were really good. He basically just from like a random urban TP confirmed the round to the side of Sanguine, and the buy coming out from Bubble Dragons is absolutely awful. Half armor on 3 of them and a Bulldog on Xeno. This is not optimal at all, and they are going to be walking into that Viper as well. So that half armor is probably not even going to have much value going into this potential execute coming out.
On the bright side, you do have the Blade Storms on Ramen, and he may be the hero of this round, going the way of the Bubble Dragons and Toblerone. He gets revealed as well, going to fall back, but that Viper utility, look, it forces the aerial acrobatics out from the Bubble Dragons to juke around the wall. That's just how scared they are, how much respect they're showing Viper utility nowadays. Precision. Great angle already, but he has to get an initial pick. Toblerone's no idea. The position's already so high. Toblerone's right behind him as well. Toblerone finally knows. It gets the easy kill. That's a smoke's gone for the Bubble Dragons. Not the ideal psychometric round. Rotations are out. Mystic catches Gluttony on the rotation. Rady, Blade Storm tire deployed. Spots out Xeno. Doesn't quite spot out second player. Misses 2 blades. And Operator gets pulled out. Sentient with the easiest clap of his life. That was a little bit disastrous. Spike does get planted. Man, disadvantage. No resurrection. And 2. Okay, I take it back. The resurrection is online now. It's about to come out real soon for Sentience. 4-on-4 potentially coming to this round. The retake has to happen fast before the man advantage gets equalized. Paranoia. Oh, is he second defuse? He's not. Toblerone's point blank. Misses a shot. Doesn't matter. Straight transfer to Sentient. Ramen on the trade back. Ramen for 2. Xeno picking up the slack as well. And they clutch the round. They hang on. Match point for the Panthers. But the Bubble Dragons, they aren't done just yet.
Well, there you go. Solid recovery for the remainder of that round. There's 7-12 now. The only issue with the side of Bubble Dragons is they need to play perfectly for these next 5 rounds to even force overtime. So even if they play perfectly, it doesn't confirm that they're going to be actually winning this game overall. It just gets overtime. So 5 ultimates available as well. They have some really good round-changing impact ults in terms of that Hunter's Fury, that from the Shatters and the Resurrection. So really good ults. They've left the Spike in base. Okay, never mind. Sentient is going to be running to get that a little bit later. It's all good, not the end of the world. Another bit of a heavy A default coming out here. DA holding an aggressive line with the Vandal. They're almost managed to get the tap onto Precision there.
Likewise as well, Precision with the Operator almost managing to land the shot to DA. It's all a matter of timing, honestly, and luck. The Panthers, similar setup. Toblerone once again. Oh, he gets spotted out early, and Sentient on the jump, the dunk. Luo on the trade back. That's 1 sober out of the equation, but the ultimate's favoring the Bubble Dragon so much. But Luo, oh my god, that's a dirty tap onto Precision. Finally Zeno gets brought back into the fray, and Ramen, it's a really aggressive angle. Luo as well,
God.
beautiful recon arrow, denies the plant, and even scans 3 players. Ramen, he's exposed. Mystic from behind on the play, picks up 2. Zeno on the clapback, but the bleeding players all down the Gluttony, 1v3. Empress is available, has to get a land and kill ASAP though. Rady already holding down the angle. Gluttony turns around, backline gets exposed, and 13-7, map 1 going the way of the Panthers.
Oh, I mean, there you go. That's Icebox for you. 13-7 as well. Somewhat competitive. I feel like there was a couple things coming out into that game that could have been a bit strange. I'm really interested to see the thought process behind actually picking the Viper alongside the Omen, because that's right. There's quite unorthodox. You don't really see 2 controllers, especially on a map like Icebox. It's generally Viper or your Omen. And now Astra is also a potential option. Brimstone is just completely throw him in the bin. You're not playing him on this map. You're griefing your comp completely. You're griefing your team. Outside of that, though, good start. I have no idea whose map pick this was. Was this the side of Sanguine Digital?
I'll be honest, I have no idea either because it doesn't show on the...
There you go. There you guys go. So, the team that may or may not have picked this map won the map. That's really good info. Other than that, though, I believe we're going to bind for the next map.
Yeah, we are. So, guys, stick around. We will be going back to map 2, and that will be bind. But seriously, this map 1, it really definitely went the distance. 13-7, bloody ridiculous. Zeno as well. Can we just talk about this guy? 21 frags as a Sova. He's not a duelist, but man, he's popping off. But overall, Sanguine, the more consistent team. Now, I don't want to be stepping on anyone's toes, but Gluttony as a Reyna, 9 kills, not the most impactful Reyna you want on your team for Icebox. But nonetheless, map 1, it could be warm up. So guys, don't go away just yet. Map 2, bind, coming your way real soon after a short breather. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. That was a short breather. Hope you're all refreshed. I'm refreshed. I went to the bathroom, had a drink of water. Stay hydrated. Well, Crash, map 1, Panthers. I wouldn't say they took it handily, but it was definitely an entertaining game to watch. A lot of the players popping off, going huge at the first half at least. Things slowed down a little bit in the second, but now map 2, Bind. What are your thoughts coming to this?
I mean, okay, look, I'll say right now I'm a bit of a Viper simp, right? I've loved that agent since since beta, right? So I'm curious to see if we see a Viper come out on Bind. I remember Fnatic, all the way back in first strike, pulled it out for a bit alongside like the FPX. From that point onwards, some other teams started picking it up. You know, we did see, I believe Kanga played it in the Summer Cup thing like a week ago or something, or maybe a couple of days ago. I don't know. It's starting to take off a little bit more, so I'm curious to see if on this new buffed patch that we do see some more Vipers. That could always be really interesting, though. I mean, I really like the agent, right? If you can't tell. Outside of that, these teams, I have no idea what they're going to be picking coming into this. I'm assuming we're going to see Rady on something like the Jet. We're going to see something like Ramen on the Jet as well. Gluttony potentially playing something like a Razor or Reyna, since he does seem to be that duelist main. And the rest of the team, I'm assuming we're just going to see very bread and butter comps, nothing too out of the ordinary. If we do see a curveball, potentially something like a Phoenix, something maybe like a Yoru, right? That's an agent we haven't seen in competitive play for a while, and he has been buffed. I don't think teams have experimented with him yet. There's not really much of a need to, I'd say. Because for the time being, I feel like an agent like Yoru, it's one of those things where it's like, wait for another team to explore him and discover what you're meant to be doing on him, and then just kind of steal that. Because I feel like he's one of those agents where you need to put too much effort in for very little payoff.
Yoru as well, you know his utility, the TP and the flashes and everything. I feel he relies too heavily on really concise teamwork. But at the same time, if your teamwork is going to be that like proper, why don't you play Viper instead? Why don't you play Astro, who's still banned, but nonetheless an agent I'm very eager to see.
So Astro's banned in this tournament?
That's what I believe right now. I haven't confirmed with the admins, but from what I know in the recent days, still not allowed.
I thought she was only banned for... okay. I thought she was only banned for 2 weeks. Maybe there's something I don't know. Regardless of that, though, if we do see an Astra come out, that could be interesting. If she's banned, right? Regardless of the scenario. I'm curious to see what we do see come out. Both teams do look like they're ready digital, so I'm assuming we want to get straight into this Bind game. I want to know what these teams pick. I want to see Viper. I want to see some creative strats. I know one of these teams, they've even said to themselves they're a bit more of a pug team on the side of Bubble Dragons and the side of Sanguine. I want to see how much more structure they have. Toblerone looks like someone who could potentially play the Viper. Never mind, he's hovering that Reyna. This is, okay, so we're seeing very bread and butter comps coming out. Very straightforward comps here by the looks of things. My game is frozen. This is awesome, by the way. There we go. Mystic picking up the server. I mean, Mystic's basically your go-to support player on the side of Sanguine. Rady's your Jet 1 trick. I guess you can say it. Toblerone on that Reyna, that's basically what was kind of expected here. Will on the Killjoy, I mean, this is very standard. I'm assuming we're going to see Omen for the last slot, because that would complement the comp like perfectly here. On the flip side, though, I mean, it's pretty standard as well. You're quite literally swapping 2 agents potentially. Never mind. Oh, okay. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Ramen, he was hovering over the Astra, and then I'm pretty sure he realized, wait, hang on, she's not allowed just yet. Let's play it safe. So once again, a very bread and butter lineup. But Raze versus Reyna on Bind. In my opinion, I like Raze more.
Yeah. I mean, the map. This has been a map where you generally pick a lot of Raze.
Select agent.
Yeah, Double Deuce is also very popular on this map. DA, I'm assuming he's gonna pick the Ermin. The rest of the side, I mean, Bubble Dragon's very standard, right? This has been like a pretty meta comp for quite a few patches now, and nothing's really changed. Well, there you go. The picks are in. So I'm gonna assume now that Sanguine. Oh wait, Brimstone. Okay, I'll tell you right now, the bottom left of my screen, I couldn't see the agent for some reason. I love this client, by the way, and I love having a bad computer. Believe it or not, I have a bad computer. I don't shut up about it, because it does my head in. So Brimstone's really interesting as well. This does make sense, because half the reason you play Ermin on this map as well is for the fact that you get that flash. But you don't need that flash when you have 2 flashes or 2 layers on Reyna, right? So you can kind of swap that out, and you've basically built a comp that's suitable to how your team wants to play instead of just forcing Ermin because you want to play Ermin. I'm going to assume that they want to go for more execute-heavy playstyles. What is happening in Spawn right now? I just noticed this on the minimap, and I know this is something that they like to do, and I had to pick up on it.
I think it's a pre-game ritual. Really, we are seeing the apes grouping around the
the jet spray,
a jet chibi as they sacrifice two
little
classics
spray right
to her glory.
Yeah.
I think it's basically it's a hype up Rady and telling Rady go kill. That's their main strategy right now. But does it work on Bind? Let's find out.
I mean, it worked on Icebox, so I'd like to assume
pretty
it
well.
also does work on Bind, though. Dark coming out towards Fountain here, going to be pretty standard stuff. Going to be able to confirm 2 numbers, because it doesn't actually get broken just in time, though. Very heavy B default here. This is one of those things where if the defenders did manage to push down short or showers, they would have confirmed these numbers already. Toblerone's already on that rotate, and this turret is... Oh, that's an interesting turret if I don't say so myself. The hit is going to be able to come out. We're going to be seeing if they can hold on to this in the end.
Yeah, glued for the initial pick, and Lul still inside the tube, using utility and buying space. Mystic finally. Lul on the back lines. Blast, but a vicious off-center pound the trades. I'm favoring Panthers right now as the players that fall one at a time. Xeno and Precision, 2v1. They have the angle locked down. DA, this is rough. You have to land clean headshots now, and that won't come to fruition. Precision, triple kill to finish it off. Wow, pistol round already going the way of the Bubble Dragons. That was insanely fast as well.
One thing that needs to be considered there is the fact that what Toblerone was doing there, right? He wanted to rotate through spawn to be able to get onto that B site to be able to act as part of the hold, right? Because generally, you're either part of the hold or you're part of the retake, right? So he wanted to be part of that hold, but the issue was, his team didn't have any information if there were members in Hookah, they just knew that they were towards that area, right? So as soon as he didn't know that there was anyone, Hookah just picked the angle, got his head completely ripped off, and then boom, that's one of your duelists completely out of the round. And then, I mean, that's where the round kind of just fell apart from that point onwards. So really nice little bait setup coming out here. They're curious to see, I mean, surely he gets one, right? This is pretty standard. I would like to assume he gets one unless the drone checks. The drone check is really good.
Yes.
Does manage to get one there, traded out by Ramen. Oh my goodness, what is that?
And right now it's a huge firefight. That's what it is inside Hookah. Mystic comes out on top. The attackers, they're down 3 players, 2v3 now. Sure, they have a Bulldog and a Spectre, but the Panthers have the man advantage. Rady still clearing the back lines. He's not rejoining his teammates fast enough because Mystic is out of the equation now. That's your Stover. That's your intel gatherer. And a smoke has to be deployed by DA just to buy time for Rady to rotate over. He only has a classic in his hand, and there may be a Spectre on the ground. Indeed. Spectres versus Spectres. The last 2 players of Bubble Dragons playing this very nicely, working together as a duo and slowly flanking around to the other side of Hookah. Rady, he may have a notion that they are behind him, but he peeks back now. Here's the utility, Precision, first player. He's going to make the calls, and this is a lineup essentially for the
Double swing.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
Honestly, Crash, I thought that the Panthers, right just then, they would manage to mow both of them down. But it was Precision, actually, who traded out his teammate and got the 2 kills. 2-0 on the board.
I mean, regardless of that, though, we have to look at the economy. The side of Bubble Dragons is completely forced into a half fight here. They've only got the Bulldog and Precision, though. Did manage to win that round, though, but at what cost? 4 members going down, their economy's in shambles. They basically are almost conceding this round by default, unless it's some absolutely heroic plays coming out from the side of Bubble Dragons. 5 rifles would be purchased on the side of Sanguine. Very standard stuff there. Rady and DA here basically want to hold down this A push that is going to be coming out. 5-man A push. Digital.
Well, you might as well go for it. Gluto with the movement tech and wall ball to DA, and still this mad aggression with the upgraded pistols, trying to get some damage on Rady using utility and buying time, anchoring down the boss angle, which there is no one there really, but nonetheless, good job on him. The spike, it can't quite get planted because they don't really have a smoke down just yet, and Toblerone, he takes damage. No Sage this time to bail him out. Ramen still wasting, well, not wasting bullets, but shooting bullets out of that frenzy, and slowly but surely he's running out of ammo. Toblerone finally gets skill into precision. No overheal to come out through just yet. Oh, Xeno, that distance! What a shot! Headshot as well. Who cares if Toblerone was on 5 HP? Does not matter. The numbers relatively even. Xeno, he got 1 Hundi. Can he get another? Rico now gets popped and mass exodus over to the B side. Lul, he's in position to deny the spike plant. He has utility and pistols versus that turret. It's gonna be a deadly affair. Lul picks up 2 clean hits and charging up that lockdown. Looking for a third at this point. Stands here by himself. Yeah, that's it. Done and dusted. Panthers, they win handily, losing only 1 player.
big win coming out from that round is the fact that they do have the lockdown available for Lul. Purely because they did the push his site in the end. He's got exactly 7 or 5 kills, 2 deaths. That basically means 7 overall, right? You know, do the quick maths in your head, carry the 2, etc., etc. Boom, there you go. Lockdown available. So if they do want to potentially play a retake B setup, they can. If they want to play a hard retake A, they also have that option available to them as well. There is no Hunter's Fury available. The only real way that they're going to be able to deny that lockdown is if they push it or they use something like a raised grenade or something like a shock dart. They potentially have some lineups for that. Other than that, that lockdown probably will be secured. So I'm really interested to see if they do start to deploy that early, as we are going to be seeing a 2-man B setup currently, and Lul is playing towards that elbow position, so it's kind of confirming what I said before. But regardless, on the flip side of the map, Rady with 1 into position towards Showers Digital.
Yep, it's what a great opening frag going the way of the defenders, and Toblerone about to engage with Gluttony. Gluttony barrel gets exposed, but Toblerone, you have to use a lead right now, baby. Wants to go for a 2-piece, 1-for-1 trade. No dismiss, no heal. Gluttony comes out on top. The attackers once again down our player. Luo, he has the lockdown. He gets the headshot, a crucial kill. He couldn't afford to die, and this is it. This is their win condition, like you always like to say. Yep. That lockdown will make all the difference. However, a rotation to come out from Zeno, making the call early. 2-2 defense for the Panthers.
I mean, this is one of those rounds where generally, by default, you should almost be winning this. I want to pay attention to that turret location. It's currently up towards that stack near Elbow. So that turret's going to basically confirm all the info that needs to be, like, for that B side if the push is coming out. Rady really smart here to play this passive angle instead of randomly peeking Hookah. He's very switched on. He knows that he doesn't need to be randomly peeking and taking a random fight. This turret's basically going to seal the deal here. 25 seconds remaining in the round and the turret's going off. You can basically confirm that it's going to be a B hit from this point onwards. Lockdown does not need to be burned here. You should basically be confident enough that your own aim is there. But Xeno's going to be able to find one on the Lul.
And suddenly, it's not going their favor. They get 3 kills! Mystic! Not much utility either. He has a shock dart, but not opportunity to use it. Finally now, may actually catch Sentient in the tube. It doesn't bounce that far. Good kill onto Xeno. 1-on-1. Now, this is crucial because the last player is so very low. Sentient holding a close angle, and the backside was exposed. Sentient, 3 kills for Bubble Dragons. They clutched around 2v4. Oh, look, Luo, if he played passive that round, using the Killjoy utility, he had a Nano Swarm already on site. That may have changed the round entirely.
I mean, that's what happens when you think you have an idea on the round, or you think you're going to be able to win the round by default, but then you decide to give the mistakes and give the kills over towards the opposing side. Lul, as you said, he just needed to play back. Rady just needed to play back as well, but he knew since Lul died, he thought he had to take the initiative and try to get a trade frag straight back to bring the round into a 3v1 and potentially a 2v1 if he does go down at the end there. So, I mean, that's just really well done by Bubble Dragons. They're capitalizing on the fact that they did, I guess, get a bit greedy for those kills. It's okay in the end though, because Bladestorm will get popped. That is a huge drone, by the way. So Bladestorm does get popped. There's 4 other rifles on the side of Sanguine, so they're not out of this round just yet. They still have a way to bounce back into this half early on. But I mean, the hit is probably coming out towards B here. And there you go. Look where Lulu is, by the way. I need to highlight his position. He is all the way in that elbow position. He's going to be able to confirm that lockdown 110%.
This time he's going to be playing safe. Oh, Toblerone, the Empress getting called early. Thankfully, Gluto had a Stinger, not a Spectre. We'll finish off Toblerone either way. Empress is gone and gun picked up by Ramen. Spike might get planted. Now, Lul, that's a bit of a risky position. He has the win condition right now. You might as well use it. The Spike is about to get planted on the B side. And the rotations are through. They're all waiting, and finally, there you go. The big boy ultimate gets dunked down, and the counter coming out from Zeno destroys the lockdown, even denies a push out. Luo gets taken up by Ramen, and the showstopper as well from Gluttony. That's just fear tactics right now. Fear mongering. Gluttony goes for a point blank shot. Doesn't catch anything, but the man advantage either way for the Bubble Dragons. Rady, Bladestorms, BA, or with the opening frag, and have to push on as a team. Recon comes out. Gluttony, he will get exposed. Going to the peak. Rady with the blades will take his head clean right off. 3-on-3 right now. Rady going for yet another. Gets taken out of the air like a clay pigeon. Sentient popping off huge first team for 2. Ramen to finish off. Bubble Dragons. Oh man, they are solidifying their lead right now, Crash.
Well, there you go. You wouldn't have had to worry about that Hunter's Fury if you just opt to use the Killjoy lockdown as it was available instead of holding it onto it for a round for absolutely no reason. So there you go. That's why you cycle the ultimates off early instead of holding onto them for absolutely no reason. That's Valorant 101 for you. Hopefully, if you guys on the side of Sanguine do VOD review this in the end, you'll be able to pick up on what I'm saying, because there you go. That's why you do it. It's proof in the pudding there. They lost the round, I'd say, because of it. They did manage to give them the option for that counter ult. Regardless, third 4-1. Definitely not the start you want to see on the side of Sanguine there, but Bubble Dragons commanding commanding lead to start things off, especially on the attacking side of Bayern.
And the economy as well for the Panthers, absolute dust currently. Saying the Toblerone, oh, what a shot! Xeno gets taken out. Even here's the movement check coming from Gluttony, and Gluttony's just not landing this headshot. DA finally does go down. That was a adventure and a half. Oh, Toblerone may have gone huge. It does a collateral almost. A trade back from Precision. 3-on-3 numbers are even as Sheriffs are putting in work right now, especially Toblerone. He's getting the kills left, right, and center. Will get forced out. No one minute to work with. Almost a headshot, but Precision had the bigger gun. Well, Toblerone, he did the work for his team. It's all down to the last two players now, Luwu and Rady, to try and pick up the slack. Gluttony has the angle and a clean headshot, spotted the shoulder of Luwu. Rady by himself, and Gluttony, greedy for more, gets 3, and that showstopper. It was used in the previous round, and it's already charged up. 3 left.
Alright, so if you're on the side of Sanguine, you need to figure out at this point what you're actually up against, right? You're already down 5 rounds, or you're down 4 rounds, let's say, right? You've given them 5 rounds, you're down 4 rounds technically. What are your conditions that you need to be able to basically win this round? They have 2 denial utilities, or 2 really high impact ultimates in that Hunter's Fury and the what is that? Orbital Strike, right? They have these tools available. They need to make sure they're using them in a way that's actually going to be able to net them an advantage, right? That will be used towards B long. This will potentially confirm the fact that it's going to be a B hit towards the start. Now, from that as well, one thing you need to pick up on is the fact there were 2 sets of gunshots, right? So generally, if you're not really going to be going towards B at the start of the round, you'll have 1 lurk towards that fountain area. Since they know this too, they basically should know that this is actually going to be a B hit overall. There's people in hookah, there's a drone coming out through hookah, there's someone shooting at the turret. They basically know this is a B hit.
Mystic, as you can see, he's already playing passively. We're getting ready to use the ultimate. Now, DA, a bit of an aggressive position. Orbital Strike may come out, or he could get taken out. That's the scenario right now. Xeno and Gluttony, how many clean headshots can he land? Oh, Gluttony getting his head taken half off. He's lost an ear.
Oh,
but DA, there you go. I was calling it. Gets his head taken off. There is the Orbital Strike gone. Mystic still holding on to Hunter's Fury. That may be and the saving grace into this round. Mass TP coming through. Rotations over to the A side. A split. 2 showers. 3 main. Rady has the operator. Right. He has to step up huge for his team right now. Toblerone did in the previous round with the Sheriff, but now he has a rifle. What more can he really do? Gluttony walking aggressively first. The paint shells go to nothing. Toblerone dismisses away, ready for 1 pick onto Precision, and the players are falling 1 at a time for the Bubble Dragons. Yet another Lear to confirm positioning inside the U-Haul angle. Rady dropping down, misses a shot. That's just an aggressive push. And it trades 1 for 1. 2v2 right now. Finally, Mystic gives his team the advantage. Ramen by himself. And he's getting pinched from 2 angles at once. Good utility usage. They isolate. Gets the initial kill. Spike has to get planted real soon. 20 HP.
10 seconds left. Spike.
He will have the drop. Guaranteed. And the kill. Can probably retrieve Rady's operator as well. Oh, say it, the Panthers. They've doubled their rounds.
There you go, Rady, bit of impact with that operator as well, so it was definitely a good buy. That was definitely a good way that they used to win that round. I mean, I'm not even too sure how they got that kill. I was on Tober on this, so there you go. Maybe if we had, like, I don't know, built-in replay features, there you go, Valorant, work on that.
Kill cam.
I mean, I couldn't see that. I'm gonna assume he potentially got that through the smoke. That would have been kind of sick there, but it's a really costly round coming out from the side of Sanguine there. They did manage to win it overall, but only with 1 remaining. The economy on the side of Bubble Dragons is still somewhat healthy. They have another buy in them after this round, regardless of the result. So that's something that also needs to be kept in mind. But comes down to Fountain. Okay, old mate dashing into a wall there. That's what we love to see. And it does look like Rick getting deployed towards True could slow down the push. I'm curious to see where the hit does come out in the end. It does seem it's very B heavy right now.
Yeah, I think we're seeing shades of the previous round as well. It's always the aggression towards B from the Bubble Dragons, but inevitably... Oh, you have a player looking A, Precision on 3 HP. No heals to bail him out. I do think the take might have to edge towards the B side at this rate. The Panthers, 3 players holding steady, ready to lock it down. Toblerone wants to get out the angle. Gluttony flying through the air, manages to guarantee a kill. And Luwu, head was inside the smoke, couldn't see where Gluttony was, and the side has been taken, confirmed. Mystic, the last player left. Hunter's Fury is still online. Does he choose to use it at this point? That's the real question. He's afraid of getting pushed towards elbow. Spike will get planted by Ramen, and Mystic, now's the chance, baby. Pull that, Hunter's Fury. Still wallbanging through. DA, initial kill into Precision. At least Hookah, it's somewhat clear. And the last 4 players of the Bubble Dragons rotating out towards long. They will be holding long distances for the post plant. Man advantage, Blade Storms, and the Showstopper. That's a huge win condition from Gluttony there. But the Orbital Strike and Hunter's Fury again from Mystic. It may make all the difference. Slowly but surely, the utility is coming out right now. Mystic, oh, doesn't actually manage to pull out utility first, and Gluttony with the showstopper. DA gets one, showstopper, oh, gets taken out. DA, sharp shot in the air. 8 bullets in the magazine, he still has orbital strike, and the time is running out quickly. 1v2, the double swing from Bubble Dragons. The Panthers, they get taken out, and the lead triple the round score currently for Bubble Dragons.
Still holding on to the ultimates there as well. They're just not cycling them out. They're not even trying to use them to potentially find a way back into the round.
Crash. I
They
feel
had the
bad for
idea
you.
of what they needed to do in the retake. They're 2v1 in the end. So at least there was some damage done to the opposing team's economy, but it's just not going to be enough. Eco coming out from Sanguine. They're on the back foot right now. They're down 4 rounds on the defender side of a somewhat defender-sided map. Maybe like 55-45 split roughly. But there's a 3-man push coming out here. This could be an absolute bloodbath.
Rady, first point of engagement. The Aldrin will reveal the players, and Gluttony with the paint shells, and Ramen already got killed into DA. Xeno guarantees onto Toblerone. Rady by himself now. I don't like his chances coming to this. And there you go. Jet dash by Ramen. He's so full of confidence right now. Just get on there, get the kills. Jet versus Jet. Panthers, this retake. Yeah, okay, it's pretty much impossible. So I'm getting some guns off of their hands, doing some eco damage is probably the best case scenario. But even so, at these distances, look at where the post plants angles are. They're playing so long distance. They're guaranteeing to use the rifles to their advantage. Lil getting already tagged down, juking away. Gluttony, he just keeps tapping. He doesn't have to stop. Already confirms the kill. Mystic 1v5. And yeah, he's gonna get destroyed. Gluttony charging up the showstopper again.
Big already 3 for his ultimate 4 remaining now. 3 ultimates available in the... what is that? From the Shatters, Blade Storm, and Hunter's Fury by the Bubble Dragons. 5 rounds in the lead, 2-7 overall. They are running away with this half. There's absolutely no way that the side of Sanguine can actually win this half now. The maximum that they can get is that special 5-round mark though. Rady parking his operator up towards the B site. Definitely a pretty good read considering that the B heavy default is going to be deployed from the side of Bubble Dragons. Start coming out early as per usual. Precision with one. Okay, there's another fight happening in Showers. I don't know why he would ever take that fight when he's in solo lurk, but what do I know? So there you go. Terrible observer, Kek W.
Rady, he does confirm the kill, like you said earlier, onto Sentient, and that's a curveball as well, because it's mental conditioning. The attackers, they know that there's always a recon arrow going out B long, but no one ever plays there. This time, Rady, he changes things up. Long distance, Jet operator. What more can you expect? The guaranteed kill. 3 players standing of the Bubble Dragons. It's not impossible, but the ultimates definitely don't favor them. You have the lockdown, you have the orbital strike, the Hunter's Fury, and an operator on Jet, for crying out loud. There's no way that the Panthers can lose this round. But hey, we've seen a 2v4 come up from the Bubble Dragons. We've seen them pull off the impossible.
We've seen some things like that though. So if this somehow does not go their way, I'm not looking forward to how the rest of the game is going to plan out. Coming out to be digital.
Mystic.
Oh no!
Oh. That's such a common corner. Glutton, he's been checking it with his paint shells every single time. Numbers are equalized. Ultimates still favoring the defenders. Glutton off angle. Ready, clean flick. Mechanical skill, baby. Guarantees the kill. And that's Glutton out of the equation for the Blade Storms and Hunter's Fury. Xeno, as you can see, he's already rotating over to the hookah angle. Waiting. And DA, early molly to block off hookah. It doesn't block off the back side of it, though. Jetty, Rady investing in Blade Storms even, and another ultimate on top of that, just to guarantee the round win. Hunter's Fury comes out from Xeno. This is all planned. Rady misses the right click, over the knife. No, baby! You have to hit it! Oh, this is embarrassing. Manages to slice the head off Xeno, but the kills definitely don't favor the Panthers right now. DA looks the wrong way. Thought Ramen was detained. Oh, no, that was a throw and a half crash.
What? I don't know.
Oh, no.
I don't know what I meant to. What am I meant to say to that? What do you say to that?
Well, be a little bit more serious and you know, lecture them, because that was ridiculous.
I don't know what I meant to say.
There was almost 3 ultimates invested. He could have confirmed the kill, but no, you're already down by so many rounds. You need every advantage you can get. That's just. Oh, look, Crash.
I'm speechless.
Dark humor.
I'm genuinely speechless, by the way. You're gonna have to take this one. I don't know what I'm meant to say.
Okay, well, DA, he has a Sheriff, and he's locking down the angle as much as he can, but he's gonna get outnumbered, outmaneuvered right now. As you can see, Gluttony already blast-backing, teching onto the side, and drops clean shot. DA is out. There's no orbital strike in this round. Already a man advantage for the Bubble Dragons and still going aggressive. Ramen, he doesn't even need to plant this because he already has the ultimate. You give it to maybe one of your other players. Granted, you have a 6-round lead already. It's not going to make that much of a difference at this point. You have your rifles and Gluttony. He's going to farm some kills right now. He's already one more point off, I think, the showstopper, and whiffs the shot. Rady with the wide swing gets the kill. The trades don't favor the Panthers, however. Zeno catches out the body of Mystic. Down to Rady by himself inside the smoke, and everyone's just shooting everywhere and through the smokes. Luwul, last player to fall. The Panthers, oh, they are crippled right now.
Round in the half.
I am still very speechless.
Shock after shock.
I'm in shock. It's like, did I tell you the time when I was observing that swirl, like 5-man spray down,
yeah.
4-man spray down, like that play? I was actually in shock afterwards. Like, I could not focus for the rest of the game. Like, I was genuinely that shocked. I'm kind of like in a similar feeling right now, but it's more of a not OMG, that was amazing. It's sort of a WTF type shock. But regardless, 7-round difference. There's a 3-man push down towards this long area. Operator does rattle off in the distance, but it's not going to be enough. Mystic to find one there.
Ooh,
Sentient is going to be hit by himself.
I'm surprised that wall's not quite bangable just yet. The Panthers, they're just going aggressive, and finally it's working out. All the kills are flowing their way. Luwul has the advantage, precision on the reload, cocking that gun, and the Panthers, they at least take 1 round, ending the half 3-9. A 6-round deficit, though. That's really dangerous. This could be map 3.
A glimmer of hope, though. I mean, one of those things that they completely identified towards way too late is the fact that going for random aggressive plays kind of works out for them. So that's something that they can maybe think about. Hey, if we're playing a team like this that's kind of passive and has these very heavy defaults, let's just go aggressive to figure out where they're going in the end, right? Or where their actual default is level.
Mechanically as well, the Panthers players, they're not bad.
Yeah.
They can absolutely go aggressive and go for the Angels, which they didn't really on the defense side, but now they are on the attack, and the story may change.
But I mean, here's the key thing that needs to happen right now. They need this pistol round. And they're on the attacking side. If they don't get this pistol round, I think it's very safe to say that you can somewhat write them off, unless some absolute heroics come out there. It's very unlikely that you win a map like this after not winning the pistol round. I'd love to be proven wrong, though. I love to see these close games. Paint Shell's already deployed early alongside the Roomba. I mean, this is just an extremely aggressive start coming out from the side of Sanguine. They're trying to get the shot control. They're trying to get Showers control. They're completely smoked off. They've been pushed out of the angles. There's nothing they can do. They did burn some Braze utility. So that's a really good little win coming out for the side of Sanguine. They have a 3-man rotate coming through market here, and they also have the Raze and the server on the flip side also moving themselves. So it's a really good read coming out from Bubble Dragons.
But the Panthers, they used all 3 of the smokes on the A site. They have to push B dry now, assuming they do. 3 players in hookah. It's a really split take rating. Mistaking his teammate for an enemy. Shoots once, but Toblerone on the side of the map confirms the kill. Toblerone gets 2. Sentient is gone as well as the Jet. And they're still aggressing on Zeno. Might get taken out as well. Toblerone for 3. The overheal is still available. Toblerone for 4. On for the ace now. Precision 1v5, 1v4. He's afraid. Toblerone, he wants it. Come on. He's pushing. He's pushing. No leaders to work with. Doesn't matter. He gets the ace. Toblerone indeed, the hero of the round. There was your hero shenanigan plays coming out from the Panthers crash. It worked out. 5 players standing. They get the spike planted. What more can you ask for?
I'm gonna tell you right now, that is this is quite literally the perfect scenario coming out from the side of Sanguine. One of your team members who wasn't having the greatest time. I mean, I guess the whole team wasn't having the greatest time on the defensive side, right? He's just got an ace on the pistol round. This individual, I can tell you right now, is completely fired up, but this could potentially also be a double-edged sword, right? He's going to have to be playing with a lot more confidence now, I can guarantee that now. The comms probably picked up as well. They're all probably cheering, hyping him up and stuff, but we don't want that to be playing into the side of Bubble Dragons here. The dart does come out towards Fountain. There's a 3-man push. They know it's not going to be B, and there's a 3-man flank coming out here. So these guys need to snap their fingers and just get onto this A side ASAP before this flank does become a bit of a problem.
Yeah, well, the Panthers, you know, it looks like a practice to execute. They have the smokes down, they have utility flying everywhere, and the spike gets planted. Easy peasy, no problem. 5v5 post-plant situations, and the shock darts came out a little bit too late. Rady catching a flank, perhaps. Already the initial kill into Ramen. Gluto does get 1, but the kills are definitely flowing the way of the Panthers. What do you expect? Spectres versus Classics, after all. This is the chance to farm up their ultimates, but Gluttony, that's a 2nd kill with the Classic as well. Luwul is gone. Toblerone locking down his angle. Sentient, not long for this world. Guaranteed. Gluttony by himself. 1v3. The classic bound to not go very far. There you go. The drive-by shootout by DA. The Bubble Dragons, their lead is slowly but surely dwindling, but it will be their bye round.
At the end of the day, this is quite literally best case scenario for Sanguine. They at least have 3 members survive. This is fine. They have a couple of Spectres still available to them, so they're not out of this just yet. This could potentially be a really good bonus as well. Something to note is Toblerone does have access to the Empress, and I'll tell you right now, Empress with the Spectre is an absolutely disgusting combo. You can quite literally just run and gun and get a bunch of resets potentially, and if this man's feeling it after that pistol round ace, I'm really curious to see if that does actually be the case for them. Very early dart to come out confirms that there's 2 members playing towards this outside hook position, which could potentially be infer that they do opt to play off, but they aren't really going to be pulling a rotation. It's 2 towards showers, 1 towards U-hole, 1 towards back holes, and 1 in elbow, so they are playing this very standard setup, but I'm curious to see how they do want to play this retake through. That's a nice little tag coming out.
Yeah, oh, Zeno with the spray control takes down Rady. Toblerone, and there you go. This might be the filthy to come out Empress with the Spectre, but Toblerone, he has to push and he has to get a kill, or else the ultimate is gonna drop off. And look at that, the stim pack as well, just to help him boost his fire rate. Precision, he gets tagged down a little bit. Traps are gone. Toblerone, Empress is dwindling away, and the retake has to come through soon if he wants to get any kills.
Oh, it's about to reset.
Yeah, no, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. So the ultimate essentially wasted that round. DA getting the kill onto Zeno either way. Ramen onto 1, dodges the paranoia. Toblerone, he doesn't get the kill though. Luo also holding strong. The defenders to gain the kills. That's right, and since the numbers aren't even, Mystic picks up 2. All down to the last player. Gluttony versus Mystic. Mystic needs a clean headshot this point. Gluttony, not much utility to work with. And Mystic, this is fantastic. 1 HP. He has a shock dart to work with, and obviously the fake defuse by Gluttony, but he had the blast back just sitting there, and the timer went off. Mystic walks right into it. That's shenanigans right there. That's hilarious.
That just looks so funny there. I don't remember the last time I've seen a blast pack kill in a usually play a professional game. Right?
No,
Those
but
always crack me up. Just it's the little things in this game that just really crack me up. Random knife kills that aren't really going their way.
Gluttony, he didn't activate it. The timer went off.
Yeah, I mean, it was just really good timing there.
Oh.
I mean, well, this is really good for Sanguine, though. They got 4 kills out of that round. If we want to have a look at the economy right here, they're in such a really good spot as well. This is something you need to consider as well. The rounds might not be in their favor, though, but the economy can start getting built in their favor. And having a good economy can generally convert into roundwards because you have that better firepower.
Gluttony may have something to say about that early on. Luo with the alarm ball will confirm there's a player perhaps close. Ramen, he shot with his classic. The Panthers aggressing onto the A side, looking for the split. 3 defenders, however, the recon arrow will keep spotting out Ramen and the Omen, and they're going to have to back off just a little bit to rejoin the teammate Gluttony, who has the big boy gun after all. He can do the high carrying here. Rady aggresses onto the side as a Jet main should. Sentient, gets mollied off, and he manages to dart around inside the smoke, escapes with his life, doesn't take a hint of damage. DA opens up on Gluttony, point blank, Ramen gets 1, Rady on the trade back, ready for 2 maybe. That's a slug there. Sentient picking up their Jet. Will have a bandle in his hands. Mystic holding this angle tight. He has Hunter's Fury. He has the recon arrow available, but now the players are falling. Oh, Sentient doesn't check the hard corner. Mystic gets a kill. Luo yet another onto precision. Zeno 1v2 has a bulldog. Picks up the rifle, and Mystic was lying in wait. Panthers, they lost 3 players. Their economy was already strong, and now they break the bank of the Bubble Dragons.
Okay. If you're the side of Sanguine, you need to play passive this round. There's a world with a force buy. Just like a random force buy, right? There's a lot of random factors that you aren't going to know in this round. They need to play passive. They need to wait for the enemies to make the mistake instead of them walking into a potential stack. Speaking of stack, have a look at this B site. You know, I'm going to do some little weird champ camera thing because I'm going to fly around a little bit. This is exactly what I'm talking about. There's 3, 4, 5 members towards this B site. They need to play slow, but it doesn't actually look like they're going to be doing that. They're just going to be going for this A take. That will come out towards B. This is the very standard strat. You basically throw a smoke down here and you dart through it. If the dart ticks someone, you can spam them through a smoke. That's not going to be the case, sir. This is a very heavy A setup. The smokes are going to come down, all 3 of them, by the way. It's a very expensive setup to actually get onto this site. They are going to know that the flank is happening, as this alarm bot is going to trigger. There you go. Will is going to be able to relay that information to his team, and the retake will be on now.
Ramen going to be the difference maker in this round. Misses the blades. DA confirms the kill, padding the ultimate a little bit more. Luo for 2. Lockdown is already available. Who needs more? And Sentient, oh, finally does get a clap back with the Sheriff. High noon, but 2v4 now. Maybe some damage is the best thing they can hope for. Is, you know, on the classic Mystic. Oh, too sharp. Gets the headshot to Sentient. This is brutal for Xeno now. They know he's in the showers. Dry Peaks manages to take down Rady at least. Now the Bubble Dragons, their lead is definitely dwindling. They're up by 3, but slowly but surely, that buffer is drying up. They will be able to buy into this round, but the ultimates, look at the ultimates crash on Panthers.
So many tools. I mean, they have options. They can just do a Brimstone orbital strike into U-Hole and just bust on the A. They can play a hard off-site post plant on the B site. They have 3 denial ultimates. They have the Joy Lockdown. They have the Servant Hunter's Fury. They have the Brimstone orbital strike. They have so many tools available. I want to see these guys get creative with them and use them early on. I'm going to assume this start goes to either short or outside hookah. I'm not going to follow it though, because it does seem like we're going to be seeing a bit of a heavy hit come out. Smokes will be deployed towards A very shortly. I'm going to assume there's going to be an ultimate to follow that up, unless they are going to be opting for that off-site post plant. We will see though. I do believe they heard that tripwire go down into showers here. There's already a fight coming down from Hookah as well. That is an unfortunate timing.
But thankfully, Rady was there to get the kill. A double flag to come out from the defenders. They will be pushed back a little bit because the teammates are relaying that the push, it's not continuing. It's been held dead in its tracks, and Sentient, he's gonna be able to dodge the orbital strike. It doesn't matter. Lua was there to get the kill.
They're taking the TP.
It's a mass TP, exactly, but there's 2 players of the Bubble Dragons already in defense. Gluttony just hiding patient. Ramen gets one. Gluttony still lying in wait. This could be his moment to swing right now. All eyes are on Ramen. Indeed, Gluttony gets one. He confirms that Lua is over towards the elbow. Ramen gets the kill, and Rady now 1v3 has the Blade Storms. It doesn't matter. Hunter's Fury is available. The Showstopper is available. And the angles. He has to clear so many angles in front of him, behind him. Even Atlantis' initial shot onto Xeno, he has a Phantom. It won't one-shot to the head at this distance. His aim has to be perfect.
30 seconds left.
Oh my god, the thing. I don't know what to say. I don't know why they took the teleporter to be. Oh my goodness, got in here. Okay.
Well, true to his name, Crash, Gluttony, he feels the greed and dives right in there. It confirms the kill.
I don't know. Why did they take the teleport? Why did they do that? They had Ace. They had the whole of A site. Why are they just randomly risking that they're off of the B site when they can go to where they've confirmed that they've cleared it out? They've got front site control. They know they can get the spike down. They're randomly just coin flipping the round for absolutely no reason. They invested the Brimstone orbital strike into that U-hole position, and they're not even looking to end A. I don't actually know what I'm meant to say about that. Obviously, we have perfect information and they do, but at the same time, I don't think that call was necessary in the slightest.
Yeah, like they got Sentient the initial pick, but I definitely thought they expected rotations come out already on the defense side from spawn over to the A side. Nonetheless, though, that round's done and dusted. The Bubble Dragons, they maintain their lead. Precision, don't forget another peek. Spot shoulder peeks and bait out a shot. May confirm there are 2 players inside the angle. Oh, he has to use a cage right now, but that Lear will choose to be an issue. Still gets the kill, and Sentient was there to save his life. Radiant Toblerone, the 2 duelists, the Flash as well for the Panthers. It's gone out of the equation. It's all down to Lul for the Killjoy lockdown to maybe try force a side take, and the Neural Theft makes their lives so much harder.
Yeah, it's gonna confirm the numbers there. We are seeing Xeno potentially look to get that rotate on. He's dancing around in spawn. Okay, he's going back towards A. Okay, never mind. I was staring at that minimap. I'm like, Xeno, where are you trying to head, buddy? Regardless of that, they're gonna be playing this post plant on B site, or they're gonna be playing a retake on B site because they know that the Killjoy lockdown is available, so they don't really want to contest it. They don't want to have to be forced into uncomfortable positions. Smokes are gonna get dropped. That's a really cool dart, by the way. He shot that all the way from spawn.
That's a nerd lineup and a half. Well, the Panthers, they managed to take the B site actually for free with minimal utility. Spike gets planted, and now that Killjoy lockdown, it can be used post-plant defense, but
I don't think it's gonna happen there.
But never mind, because the defenders, they have a Hunter's Fury available. It's going to be dry shots, and it's a lineup. DA gets 2. Stench with the trade back, and his backline is exposed. Lure gets 1. Will catch. Won't clash Goosey because the rocket ends his life. There will be no Killjoy lockdown. Mystic. Hunter's Fury is available. Now's the time to use it, baby. However, it was baited out. Gluttony juking around in front of him. Mystic cannot confirm the hits. And now 1v2 low HP walks right into Ramen with his knife out. Well, that was a reasonably comfortable round going the way of the Bubble Dragons. Match point.
Oh, that could have been so much different if he managed to get that 3rd kill, DA, during that push coming out through holes. I mean, that could have been something different. One thing I do want to point out is the fact that Lil just decided to play on the site instead of for some reason just not running all the way towards maybe like Garden and putting down his ultimate to potentially shave a couple of seconds off of that retake, because you're not going to be pushing into that Killjoy lockdown unless you're going to be popping that showstopper to deny the the lockdown, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not too sure. I feel like they're just holding on to these pieces of utility for absolutely no reason. That Hunter's Fury, bit of a desperation attempt there, as we are going to be seeing Gluttony cross over towards Teleporter. This is a really good crossfire here, and there's a really good chance that they just walk straight into this.
They have utility as well on Sova. They can honestly clear the angle. Radiant Falls Prey, Gluttony TP's out of there. Will clear the Bart's angle. Precision's on the other end to meet him. The Panthers, they're down a player, but they still have Toblerone leading the way. No Lears left to work with. Killjoy lockdown gets deployed, and there's one player close range. Ramen, he's got the back out to save his life. Indeed, he does. Rotation's already over. Hunter's Fury even. It managed to destroy the lockdown. Not that it really has to, because the defense is just being patient.
No, it's trying to deny the plan.
Well, it wasn't getting planted either way. The Panthers, they confirm the plants. 4v5. No ultimates on board now, all just utility. They have to go for this hard. And now finally clearing that little cubby in the corner. Mystic holding the elbow angle because he expects a player to be coming. Indeed, there is Ramen about to engage real soon, but nonetheless, the defense is starting to swarm to the side. Precision one onto Lulu. DA gets taken out, and no, the defense is getting every single kill. Toblerone has to use the Empress now. This is the clutch situation for him. 1-on-3, the Empress can't get the job done, but Precision, he's taking the defuse, he's taking the kill, and Toblerone, he can't land the initial shot. Precision for 3, match points, done and dusted, 13-7, going the way of the Bubble Dragons. Crash, map 3.
What is map 3 split? Are we looking at split?
I'm pretty sure it's Haven. Oh, it's split. Oh no.
It is split.
Oh no.
I don't know where this series can go now, right? I have absolutely no idea what is happening. That bind game was so back and forth at some stages, though. The scoreline, I mean, look at the scoreline right now. Wouldn't even represent how one-sided this game was at the start. Like,
well, on the
9-3.
timeline,
What?
It's ridiculous.
It just doesn't look like it should have been this close from the start of the game. Like, if you weren't here from the start, you'd have no idea how one-sided this was at one point, though. Regardless, if you're the side of Sanguine, you need to completely mentally reset. You need to play the next map like a best of one, right? You're 1-1, completely scratch that, and just focus on the map that's in front of you. You're going to be playing split. You want to treat it like a best of one 100%. Go grab some water, go get something to eat, just do some push-ups, do whatever you have to do. But on the side, Bubble Dragon, you're probably in a really good mindset right now. You're gonna be moving into the final map of this series with the momentum behind you of a really solid bind. I don't really think they're gonna be feeling any like, I'm not too sure. They're not gonna be feeling down. They're gonna be feeling quite happy, right? They're gonna be feeling really happy with the way that they performed on that map, especially when these guys are a pug team, right? And they're taking out a team that actually has put practice into the game. That's always gonna be something that boosts the confidence of them. But Split, I feel like that's one of the maps where it really punishes teams that aren't prepared and that aren't really as coordinated, because Split is you need to be able to play that map well. You need to be able to play well as a team. There's so many different things happening on that map, so I'm really curious to see how this series does end out.
Well, I'm curious too, but like I said earlier, we'll have to hydrate, rest our vocal cords, and guys, don't go away just yet. 5-minute break. We'll be back, map 3, to finish up the series, Split. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I am DigitalQF William Zhang, the Italian stallion. Next to me, Christian VD, Crash OBS. He's your observer.
True.
Shout out, by the way. Plug him on Twitter. But he's also my co-caster for tonight as we get into the final map of this best of 3 series between Sanguine Panthers versus the water-breathing Bubble Dragons. This is the round of 64 of the Valorant Oceania Tour, Stage 2 Open Qualifiers. And well, Crash, this matchup has definitely gone the distance. That's all I can say.
I'll say right now, I did not expect it to go 3 maps. That's always something that's really interesting. This is a good. You gotta remember, these are round 1 games, right? And generally, round 1 games are not going to be the most competitive things. It's generally one team that would stop. Well, I don't want to say stomp, but that would be a clear favorite to win. But we've seen that any team at this point, out of these two, Bubble Dragons and Sanguine, can take it, right? So this is a very competitive game we're seeing. Icebox did go the way of Sanguine, Bind going the way of Bubble Dragons. We're going to be ending this on Split now. The one thing I said before we went to the short little break is Split is a map that I generally see of being, I guess, one of those maps where it's like the better team should win. Just because how the map's played, the way the map's designed, the way, like, what agents you need to pick, right? So, on paper, this should be a map that I would tip Sanguine to win this one, purely because they're an actual team. That's not to take anything away from Bubble Dragons. They've been playing quite well. They had a really convincing start of Bind, so they definitely have ways to get into maps early. So I'm curious to see how they do manage to get the lead coming into Split, if they get one at all, right? So this could be potentially back and forth. It could be one-sided. I have absolutely no idea what we're going to see, so I'm pretty excited to get into this one, actually, Digital.
Well, I'm excited too, and the players are already in the lobby. We do have the Bubble Dragons starting on defense, and the attackers will be the Panthers. Let's load right in, Crash.
Here we go. So, first thing to note about Split is that there's a lot of really viable agents on this map. So, I'm just going to say right now, we haven't seen Astra yet. I'm going to assume Astra's banned now, because otherwise I feel like we should have seen it by now. Viper's definitely a pick that can come out on this map. There you go, Toblerone's hovering it. Viper's already been a niche pick on this map prior to the current 2.06 patch, where she's been kind of jacked up. She's basically gone to the gym for like 2 years. She's
literal
come back,
roids.
absolutely buff. She is just an absolute bodybuilder now. She's buff. She's ready to absolutely just kick some ass, right? And that's basically the Viper we're seeing right now, as opposed to the person who's going to the gym for the first time. So she was already somewhat viable on this map, but to potentially see her now with these new tools available to her could be quite interesting. The issue with her is that her wall you could disrespect completely, but now you can't disrespect any of her util. You can't push through any of her util without getting punished for it, so it's always going to be risky to see that coming out. Very standard comp for the side of Bubble Dragons. It's going to be on for that double duelist. No raise though. Raise is something you see. No raise to either of these sides. Okay, wait, Astra also for the side of Sanguine. So I would like to assume Astra is legal.
You know what?
I could be wrong.
I'm just gonna just confirm that right now, if I can.
Yeah, I feel like that's not an awful idea. So I want to make sure that we're not hearing 2 different things. I want to make sure that we're playing by the rules, guys. We don't want to have any shenanigans here. The side of Bubble Dragon is very standard. The side of Sanguine, a single duelist, which is not something you normally see, especially in OC. Like, OC loves their double duelist, so this is really interesting to see. I have no idea if you blocked it to my POV, by the way, but I'm gonna go fly to a spot that you can show to the audience if you are gonna go sort that little incident that we do have coming out right now. I'm gonna be hiding in a little coffee shop when you get back, alright?
Yep. And also, one other thing, we're gonna have to remake this because I clicked the simple UI for me, so I can't see anything right now.
Oh.
You're gonna have to tell the teams, and I'm gonna have to remake. Guys, we're going to for a short breather. Give us 5 minutes, and we'll be back. Don't worry. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about the slight wait. We're back right now. That was my mistake, I'll admit. It happens to the best of us. I clicked simple UI, so I was like, what is going on? I can't see anything right now. But hey, we're back either way, and I can happily confirm for you, Crash, Astra is allowed. She's only banned for the League games, but the Oceania Tour, hell yeah, get her in.
Alright. I mean, there's not really much I can say here. Like, we've seen this before. I want to fly to this spot, Digital. It's really cool. So you're gonna swap to my POV what I tell you to instead of going at the very start. Regardless of that, though, interesting map to end things on. Split is one of those maps. I've said this is gonna be the third time for me saying it. The better team should win. So I just want to know how this gets played out. As I said before, single duelist for the side of Sanguine on that jet. I don't know if I fully agree with that type of thing. I'm not too big of a fan of jet on this map to begin with, if I'm being completely honest with you. I'm flying to a spot as we speak, by the way. Never mind, I'm gonna let one of the players guide me to it. Shout out to Rady, by the way. He's currently running to the spot so I can get there faster because my camera move speed's very slow. Now, if you swap to my POV, boom, we're inside some little coffee shop. Shout out whatever this is, and shout out to coffee, because coffee's the one thing that's keeping me through this series currently.
What kind of coffee though? Italian? Vietnamese? What?
Well, whatever coffee that they have at the little pods at Aldi that I chuck in my coffee machine, and then it makes the thing, and I make the thing, and I pour the milk in, and then I'm a happy chappy, alright?
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, you heard that. Donations are open. Get Crash an espresso machine. I'll buy it for him personally and send it to his house. But nonetheless, the match is starting. We have Bubble Dragon starting on the defense, and the Panthers on the attack. Gluttony already going aggressive. Going to dash away, and the take coming out. Ready for one engagement. Gluttony gets a kill, gets a dink. And Panthers, they're limping just a little bit. They're bleeding, but they're still alive. Gluttony, oh my god! He bombs 3 at this point. Even the overheal. Xeno's there trying to pick up steal a few kills. Gluttony ends it with 4. Dude, this is pistol round, and his Empress already 2 charges off of having it.
I don't know what happened. I guess they just walked into his crosshair and he clicked.
Holy. He went absolutely insane there, Gluttony. Xeno, you saw him trying to steal a few kills, but Gluttony says no, he wants all of it. So Crash, fast start to the game already by the Bubble Dragons.
Good thing about it is he's actually going to be opting for the Vandal coming into this bonus or the force-up round. So already a really strong, just a strong weapon area. Something that we do like to see. Regardless of that, their really strong mid presence is going to be elected. Around the wall will get burnt early. Sentience wall will go down there by the rattling of the classics in the distance. Ramen holding with the Ghost, not going to be able to find anything yet, as they are going to be running back towards sewers, as the push most likely going to be coming out towards A in the end. But something to keep note of is it's only Xeno here currently to defend.
Well, Xeno, but he has backup real soon. Ramen and Sentient already there to join him. Now, this is the pistol round. The Viper Wall, yeah, you have to respect it. But they have no armor. You have classics. Xeno looking to get the biggest spray down of his life. Just farm some kills at this point. And I don't even know where he smoked. Okay, that was screens. Oh, great dig! Ramen spraying through, catches Mystic as well at this point. Xeno repositioning, and just it's a free farm for him around. It's a buffet. Get those kills, charge up your ultimate. Granted, it's not the most impactful, but nonetheless, he's so convinced as well. Rady's in the corner. A single breath will take him over. And Lul, oh dear, can't clear 2 angles at once. Xeno cleans up. The Dragons up by 2, flawless.
I mean, that's best case scenario right there. Xeno will lose a bit of his armor. It's not the end of the world. Shield, you know, we're not playing other video games. We're playing Valorant at Shield. I gotta keep telling myself that. Bad habits, or old habits, I should say. Well, there you go. Just a bit of armor. Oh my goodness, Ramen, what is that? This man has bought an operator.
An operator, while Xeno and Sentient still using Spectres, Gluttony and Precision with the Vandals, so it's not the worst thing, it's worst case in the world. But the initial pick, it may actually favor Mystic. He's already locking down the angle. Gluttony. Yes, will fall. There you go. Gamble on my calls, ladies and gentlemen. Rady trying to aggress through, but this is risky as well. 3 players of the defense already on the B side. Rady smartly backing off, not committing to the jet dash. As you see a lot of jets and ranks do, they just get on the side, int, and try to get a few kills. It doesn't happen that way. This is unofficial. It's the Oceania Tour. And it's just dead silence right now. The Bubble Dragons, they rotate over to the B side. A is empty. And the Panthers getting mid-control.
Really good after that initial frag being found towards B main that they are electing to create a lot of pressure towards this mid location. They break in that wall. It's keeping Ramen towards that male position instead of watching B main. So just his presence alone right now is completely locking him out that side. Missed shot coming out onto radio though. The crosshair just wasn't in the right position. Outside of that, they might be looking to re-peek this location. This could get quite dicey actually, but they hit's probably going to be coming out towards B in the end just by the way. Oh, that's another shot. Oh, this would be deadly.
It's a hard shot to hit, really, and Rady just spamming bullets at the Phantom, trying to pick up anything in case one was in the smoke. Mystic opens up onto Xeno, and now the attackers, the Panthers, are trying to aggress onto the B side. They've taken it. Spike will get dumped down. The operator, yeah, it was born into this round to not much effect.
How is, by the way. How look at Ramen is. He's completely saving the operator. He knows that at this point, the rest of his team just wants to do damage, and he seems to be sitting in their spawn, basically hoping that he can get an exit frag. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case, though. They're probably going to be just leaving towards that B main location there. So that's just good for him instead of potentially risking the retake, the coin flip at the retake, that he's just going to be able to at least hold on to that really strong piece of weaponry. And he will confirm that going into the next round. Precision's also going to be holding on to that Vandal. So this is just really smart play. Instead of opting to get rid of those, like, I mean, who was it? I think it was Sentient, right? He had the Spectre. That's a gun that you don't need at the end of the day. But these other two weapons are things that you want to hold on to, Digital.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Flawless round to come through for the Panthers. Spike blows up. And the economy, honestly, of both teams, it's not going to be too bad. Panthers starting to build up a little bit, and all 5 players standing as well. That's fantastic. They have money for days. The Bubble Dragon, slightly worse for wear, but like you said earlier, saving those guns, it will allow them to go toe-to-toe against the Panthers in this round.
You see, that's the double-edged sword of buying something like an operator or rifles early on, right? If the rest of your team does go down and you need to save those weapons, you're not going to have as much money coming into this round, though. Look at the side of Sanguine. They have 5 rifles, and they're also going to have 5 rifles going into the next round and potentially the one after, depending on the round outcome, right? If the side of Bubble Dragons don't win this round, or they are forced to save, their economy is going to be the one that's in shambles. So this is the very impactful round. This is a very important round, because whoever wins this one's potentially going to start running away with the economy a little bit more. It's going to be this one and the next one. Providing Sanguine lose this one, the next round gets even more important. But that's a bit of a later problem right now. We currently are into this 4th round, so let's just keep our eyes on the prize right now. Mystic working his way into B main, but the operator is going to be greeting him. Missed shot from Ramen there.
Well, I was going to say earlier, when we went that deep into theory, I was going to say, well, but that's just a theory. A game theory. But nonetheless, man, we're back here now. Panthers being really patient. Not something I really expected to see out of them. But they are going to group towards A. The spike is already there. And Mystic going to rejoin his teammates. The A take happening right now as we speak even. Viper is already aggressing on the site first. There will be Gluttony on site. Oh no! Was blind. He had to be blind, right? And Gluttony couldn't quite land the shot. Xeno finally does trade back, and Gluttony is just confused out of his mind right now. Luo, what a shot! Xeno can get a second onto Luo, and he catches out Mystic, who he confirms is stuck in a corner. Toblerone playing behind that stage, well, really aggressive. The retake. It's definitely possible to have the man advantage. They can just get the trades going. Even more so now. Double the manpower of the defenders at the post line, at least. DA and Toblerone holding point blank. Toblerone, oh, the peek and the swing, and manages to catch one only. All down to DA by himself. 1v2. Heal is on board. 1 kill. He will have the res to give himself the man advantage, but he has to get the kill. Will confirm it. The resurrection and Precision already second the defuse. Precision walks away. No, and DA didn't opt to go for a defuse. No time, really. And Precision, he manages to stick it all the way on top of that.
Look, they didn't win the round, but the one thing we're going to have a look at is the economy, right?
Yeah.
If my hunch is correct, there you go. The economy for the side of Bubble Dragons is a little bit funny right now. They are going to be buying their into this round, which is really good, but 2 of them are going to either have to go for weaker weaponry or weapons, or they're going to have to go on half armor. On the flip side, Sanguine, 5 rifles across the board. So the Bulldog's going to be elected here, and they're slowly having their economy drained. This is where it gets very interesting. This is what I said before, where this round can be extremely important as or alongside the one that we just had there. So, very heavy B default. The wall's going to get used towards this heaven location. It's a really interesting wall, actually, that we are seeing. Can I follow this? I want to know. I want him to shoot it. I want to know. Okay, never mind. I was gonna like hold the follow key. I want to know if I could follow that wall. That would be something just for myself. I'd never use it, but this would be the one game that I could potentially use it in. Orb is gonna get taken for Killjoy, so it does look like the lockdown's gonna get burnt early.
You should run.
It does spot Radiant. It looks like the kit's coming out towards B.
Oh, Precision using his utility to get off of, to get out of dodge, really. And the attackers, the Panthers, they're going to aggress onto the site, leap on, and there goes your Viper Wall. It cuts off most of the site, and that's just, it blocks off so much, honestly. You can't really push through that. Luo opens up onto Xeno again. Xeno first to fall, I think 2 rounds in a row. And Precision, he touched the Viper Wall and he's stung. He has to back off and let himself heal back up. Spike gets planted by D8 and the utility. It's all stacked on the post-plant defense. Precision, he's already made his way onto site. Teammates are there to join him. Luo, the late flank, will make him probably catch Ramen with his back turned towards him. Triple firing squad. DA gets onto Precision, and the last 2. The Viper utility as well forces them back. Finally, rating peak. Sentient takes his head clean off, and the kills. They're going back and forth. The slugfest. Rama by himself, looking to try and maybe save the operator. Still goes for a peek. Luo cleans up with 3. The late lurk paying off huge, and the Bubble Dragons, their economy is starting to run a little bit dry.
Yeah, this is what I was saying before. The economy can get in anyone's favor after this round. It doesn't look like it's going to be in the favor of Sanguine. Bubble Dragons most likely going to be conceding this round. Going to be heading into that 3-3 territory. This is also, I absolutely love how when you are observing someone, you can see this astral form as well. If you're spectating Astra, this is a little thing I just wanted to quickly highlight there. Though, outside of that, really good that they knew Mystic was one off of his lockdown, and they just decided, you know what, we're just going to go for it. We're going to get the lockdown available. Ooh. And speaking of Mystic, opens up with one on the Xeno.
Xeno again, first to fall. Now close range Precision, he did damage, and Rady, he's the first player to lead the engagements. Mystic was there to back him up. Interesting Sage, well, I'll be honest, it doesn't quite block off the entire pathway. But DA, he does manage to push through. Maybe it was, because it does allow DA to push through, and besides, you can sort of play behind the new box, so it's a smart play to some extent. And that distance, look, the Classic versus the Vandal, yeah, DA, of course, the better Sage comes out on top. And Gluttony as well, the Shorty. It's going to be a damage round, and try to hold on to whatever they can. Get some kills, oh, mad dash. Will fall into crosshairs of DA. Gluttony, good luck, my friend.
Gluttony. Good luck getting a kill with this Shorty. There's no way they peek into him, right? They're just going to exit through their spawn.
Okay, well, his chances of getting a kill have improved drastically, and Mystic just so insistent.
He's gonna go down with the spike. He's gonna go down with the spike. Poor Gluttony. Can we get a free cam angle? There we go. Enjoy. Bye. Well, have to go down some way. I mean, it's a bit of one of those like, oh, going down with the spike. It's like an honor thing, you know. It's like, oh, I'm gonna take myself down with it.
To the shadow realm.
3-3, as I said before. So this is really good territory. The economy! Sanguine is starting to build up some really good amount of like money in the bank here. So this is something that can definitely get them along or over the line in the long run. No operator to be purchased on the side of Bubble Dragons for Ramen in particular. So they're going to be opting for these 5 rifles. They've been using that operator quite a bit, and I'm assuming that this could be some uncomfortable territory for them. Heavy B default yet again. Okay, Toblerone, please use the wall. I want to catch it. I want to catch you using this wall. I want to see if I can follow it really badly.
Well,
it's probably a little bit distracting there from what's actually happening in the game. That's just a little thing that I really want to see. I can't help myself.
Not too bad, because right now with the Panthers crash, I do think they're just trying to get intel, destroy utility, bait out what they can from the Bubble Dragons before they start to ink onto the B side. And Rady's already so close.
Oh, please.
Here we go. Here we go. Can we follow?
I'm holding F. I'm holding F digital.
Come on, Toblerone. He's waiting. Rady is waiting for the wall as well.
Toblerone, please. I beg you right now.
This guy, he's actually just baiting you. He's teasing you at this point. Look at him. What he's doing.
He can hear me. He actually can hear me. He's crouching as well.
Oh
this is disrespectful, man.
God. Oh, that's crazy. Now, Gluttony, he does get killed into Rady, but the resurrection from DA already, Gluttony isn't quite able to get the strike back, but nonetheless, an ultimate has been burned, and the attack is the Panthers. They're going to have to fall back for now because of rotation. There's 4 players of the Bubble Dragons, more or less, on the B sites, with the Jet on A, slowly edging forward. Luo has a Cosmic Divide. This is a really risky position. Oh, the drop as well. I think his barrel's supposed to... Yep, Precision sees the barrel. Luo is going to meditate in the corner and basically try to do mental math to see where the player is. Ramen has the drop, manages to get 1 kill. Mystic gets tagged down and manages to confirm though. Gluttony on the clapback. And Luo doesn't matter! Precision didn't push in the nick of time. He expected Luo to be lurking for longer. Cosmic Divide now for his team. The site has been closed off to the defenders. But however, through screens, the opening's already on site. Xeno sneaking around like a ninja. Has to land 2 sharp kills though. Luo's already on the rotation. Utility won't last forever. Smokes his teammate off briefly. Sentient. The resurrection to Ramen as well.
Wait, they would have heard him sewers.
They would have, and they're watching the angle, but this is good. The spike is ticking away. And well, Lua does go down. 2v4 now. This one goes to the side. Snake bite. Toblerone has to land the shot. Doesn't matter. Gluttony running on, sprinting, getting a 4K. Bubble Dragons, they retake and manage to get a 1-round lead.
Well, there you go. You can follow Viper's walls, apparently. I have no idea. This has absolutely zero use. It just made me laugh. It's the only reason I did it, by the way. Probably a little bit distracting from the game.
I'm surprised that's a...
Today, and I think chat learned something today.
Well, I learned something too. I'm surprised that it's a projectile.
Yeah, that's actually a fair point. It's not something I actually considered. So I guess it's technically a projectile.
Well, look, the Panthers crash. Look at the money, the bank, the ballin'. Rady, the only player, slightly poorer, and also sitting on a fat donut right now. So I wasn't expecting that. Mystic carrying his team on Killjoy, 7 kills. But hey, this game is reasonably even. Once again, the A-Tech have had to come out. Panthers, Rady aggressing on. Oh, Ramen manages to land a single shot, dashing away. There's only a Jet locking the sight down. I'm not sure how far he can go. Oh, he had the hand out for a force choke. Still gets the kill into Mystic though. And the kills just really not blowing the way for Panthers right now. Ramen is still sitting on the side. No trades out. There's only one player left. Rady sitting on Donut. Will continue to be a Donut. Flawless round to come out from the Bubble Dragons. And the economy, it's starting to crumble just a little bit.
I'll tell you right now, it's definitely not the end of the world if you're a Sanguine fan, right? It's the attacking side of a map that's arguably defender-sided. So, in the long run, this might sting. Or, currently, in the short term, it might sting a little bit. But in the long run, they've got 3 rounds as opposed to 5. So it's not the end of the world. They're still in this game quite convincingly. It's just, I mean, Rady, mate, you're playing Jet. You need to step it up. You're not having a good game. Look, it happens to the best of us, though. But at the same time, you need to be getting those kills on the board. Otherwise, this is going to be extremely problematic for your team, right?
Yep, and Rady, I think he burned up all his stamina map 1, and now he may be running a little bit dry on fumes. But nonetheless, he has a team to back him up. The Killjoy lockdown available as the Panthers. They started to work
what
with
is
control.
happening here?
Huge flank. They realize that the Panthers, they don't tend to work towards mid or A that much. Well, they don't work towards A. He's by himself though. He has to get this kill, but it will be Toblerone who runs into Ramen first off. Xeno clean flick onto 1. That's 2 kills already. Back off. You have the man advantage. Play defense. That's it. The Panthers, well, they confirm one to Xeno, but nonetheless, they can sit tight and wait now.
Lockdown's available. They have a really good way to get onto one of these sites at least. If they do have to go to B, they at least have a really good tool to be able to get onto that. The one thing they're missing right now is the consistent form of Smirk. Rady with 3 Jet Smirks or 3 Cloud Bursts. I would not call that a consistent form of Smirk. That doesn't matter though. Gluttony is going to be able to potentially look to clean up. It's going to be Mystic in a 1v3. Doesn't matter though.
And Mystic, maybe he ran the wrong way, pulled the knife out and walked right into precision. Basically right now, the Panthers, they can confirm. Cypher sits B. He plays B, he has utility there, and he's patient, he waits. That's all Precision has to do. And as well as the Bubble Dragons, they always tend to play 2 towards Heaven. They are leaning more towards mid and a B stack. A, you can leave a fast agent there like Ramen or maybe one player in Heaven just to assist him, and they can play it defensively, go for the retake. The Panthers, they're down by 3 now. The economy is slightly worse. This is make or break.
It's a bit make or break here. They're electing to go for a bit more of this B-heavy default. They've been doing this quite a bit. The Viper will be used towards A, so that might keep a bit of the attention there.
Oh, wow.
Lockdown is going to get deployed, and Precision is going to basically confirm numbers. He's going to see them. The call has been made. The rotations are going to come through. He needs to get off this site ASAP. Really dashing in there as the site hit is on to B, and the spike's going to go down anytime soon. Viper's Pit's also available, Digital.
Viper's gets pulled out. It doesn't matter because Precision clean flick onto Mystic. The Killjoy lockdown. Killjoy util is out of the equation. Xeno as well, spraying through, catches Rady. It's a firefight right now. Sentient. The entire team Bubble Dragons in. They're fearless, pushing onto the site. Okay, Viper manages to make his way onto the site. This could be huge. Will spot out Gluttony. Oh, I don't think he was within range either. Xeno spots out the barrel point blank, confirms the kill. Another flawless round for the Bubble Dragons. This is starting to look really precarious for the Panthers.
It's completely snuck past. I don't even know how that happened, but doesn't matter because the round just wasn't won. I don't know what I'm really meant to say. if you're in the Sanguine camp, you really need I don't know. I feel like you just you're doing these like really slow plays, and you're giving them time to react. There's been so many times that you've done B heavy default, and they've decided to get that information that you are playing towards there, and capitalize on the fact, hey, they've got absolutely nothing towards A. Let's just push up A, or let's just leave one towards A and play them in an aggressive angle that they know they can get the info early. It's punishing them. They're opting for a mid heavy default now. I don't know if this is the play. I think they really just need to be looking to go for some fast plays. They're just breaking this wall though. They need to start speeding it up a little bit. They're giving Bubble Dragon too much time to react to what they're up to.
Crash,
oh, that's not it.
This may be the difference to an extent between a more practiced team that may have not played Split too much, and also a pug team who just plays ranked all the time. But nonetheless, Radiant walks right into the trap and to spray down for Sentient, picks up 2. The man advantage. Oh, Panthers, they're bleeding, they're crippling. Right now, things are rough. Mystic takes out the Omen TP at least, but he's alone on sites. Gluttony, all he has to do is swing, get 1 kill, and 3v1 situation. Toblerone. Oh, inside
that was a TP and a half.
Oh, as well, Xeno TP behind Toblerone, didn't even realize. Nonetheless, Mystic took advantage of the chaos, plants the spike. Oh, but Panthers, they're starting to let the Bubble Dragons run away with this game now.
You can expect them to work.
It's a bit all over the place here, really.
Last round.
Can't call them out just yet. 8-3 though. This is not going to be an easy task in the slightest.
No.
I have no idea how they bounce back into this. They have a Viper though, so that's like the one thing that you can also need to consider. They have a Viper, they have an Astra, they have a Killjoy, and they also have a Sage. Those 4 is a core, or like a core 4, let's say. It's really just something that's I mean, it's just a very strong sort of defensive core on the maps of Split, right? So they have a bunch of tools available to them. I want to see how they do elect to play this. We are going to be seeing a pause come out there. I have no idea what it's for. It does seem to be TAC. So, I mean, maybe the TAC pause is a little bit too late. Because, I mean, look, we're in the last round of the first half. The buy is a bit funny. I think the pause might have been a little bit too late, but I'd love to be proven wrong and see them pick up this 4th round.
Look, right now, Crash, I think this game has been a roller coaster of really economy. Because first off, you saw Sanguine Panthers. They started off strong, and then things just started to slip out of their control. The Bubble Dragons, 5 in a row, looking to make it 6. Their economy, money for days. They can't bring us into the second half. But one thing, though, I think we're starting to feel deja vu and see shades of Bind come into this. Same story, Bubble Dragons, they had the lead. Panthers were struggling first half. It came close, but then the Bubble Dragons clutched it out at the end. And this is Split as well, a map that probably not a lot of teams have practiced. Every team wants to avoid it like the plague because, well, it's Split. I hate it too.
It's a map that can be quite oppressive to play. I'd say is a good way to put it. It's not a map you can kind of just like pick up out of nowhere, but I mean, it does show that like teams can quite easily just like adapt to what's happening on the map, even if you're not really a well-experienced team or a well-established team. One thing I want to point out currently is there is double operator set up for the side of Bubble Dragon. They're going to be having one on Gluttony and another one onto Ramen, and they're going to be double stacking this A side. Oh no, one on the Precision, excuse me. I'm just used to seeing Ramen on the operator, and I feel like that makes a lot of sense considering he's been pulling it out quite a bit. And he did pull it out in that 3rd round into this map there, but Precision is going to be looking for that Sentry Orb type play style on the B site. Does have the Vandal next to him just in case he does need to pick up another weapon.
How much you want to bet that Gluttony also has a Vandal right next to them?
Look,
They have the
we want
money?
to check. There it is. There it is.
Confirmed.
I'm just gonna see if these teams are. This pause has been going on for quite a bit. I'm not too sure what's happening. So the side of Bubble Dragons are. Alright, cool. We're gonna be getting back into this one actually. So, after what we've just discussed, see how they do decide to adapt into this one. The double operator setup could be something that could potentially bite them in the back as well. Astra Star is going to get deployed towards that screen's location. It's going to be none other deployed anywhere else. I think that's a bit of a failed one way. So Kather, Star's going to get deployed. That's the Nebula actually. Brady, fast play coming out, Digital.
Yep, he already has the blades, but no one checks
Oh, no!
the spot. Ramen gets 1. Thankfully, Mystic was fast on the uptake, managed to get the trade, and Xeno disrespecting the Viper Wall, picks up 2 for himself. Mystic carrying his team right now, getting 2 for himself, and you only need 2 more kills, and a plant ideally. He will have the Killjoy lockdown available. Oh, Sentient as well, just using Xeno as the bait at this point, disrespecting the Viper Wall completely. Mystic couldn't quite get the kill on top of that. Toblerone, there is no toxins left. Mystic going to use utility just to buy time. The spike, it's out in a really precarious location. Toblerone denying the push down the ramp for now. But look, the Panthers 2v4, they're so isolated, no smokes to work with. It's a really rough situation. Mystic, however, he's fragging out. Oh my god, 3 kills onto Xeno. 4 for him. If he gets a 6k this round, I will lose my socks. Sentient goes down, and Toblerone could swing things in his favor. And there you go, the Killjoy lockdown. Mystic, he managed to be the hero to win the Panthers this round, and then he does. Ace from Mystic goes humongous to bring things 4-8.
Sides.
I mean, that's the individual that you wanted to step up there. Mystic going absolutely crazy there, picking up the 4th round, basically single-handedly for his team. One little thing I want to point out as well is when that resurrection came out towards the heaven position, it was a really nice lair actually used by Gluttony, because they knew that Xeno was going to be out in the open. They could have been using that as a potential bait there, but since they knew Xeno was out in the open, if Gluttony actually goes to that lair in the open as well, if someone wants to peek and try to take out Xeno behind that Viper wall, it's not possible because you can't see where he is unless you ping it beforehand. That's just, I hope that's intentional, because that was intentional. That's a really smart piece of util usage right there. Take that. There's a bit of a note right there. There you guys go. Regardless, that 4 rounds. Sanguine definitely have a way to get back into this round. Pistol round is going to be very crucial for them, as we are seeing 3 members walk up towards mid. Here you go. That's a little free cam angle for you, as we do see DA in towards heaven. A little bit of a tag, Digital.
Yeah, he gets tagged up, it's okay. He is Sage, he can heal, and the Viper will get deployed. Huge respect as well. Also, one way has realized, that's huge. The Bubble Dragons, they won't be able to aggress. 5 players all towards mid, and they get walled off.
Pre-aiming this top of the wall as well. It's just very standard rank strat to wall yourself off and then stand on top of the wall, pop out of nowhere, get a kill. But we're playing a bit more of a competitive game. We're not just playing a random rank pug, so that's not really going to be a play that you see all too often. Vents crunch into A is going to be the play here. Lil has quite a bit of work to do. He needs 1 here, Digital.
Oh, and he pulls out utility. Will get taken out. Rady couldn't even escape. Ramen picks a Mystic. Oh no, this pistol round is definitely not flowing the way of the Panthers right now. Ramen with the crossfire of sorts with precision. Now he swings with frenzy, picks up 2, 3 kills for him. Charging up the Blade Storms at this point. Bubble Dragons, they're really feeling it. They are in their groove. 9-4, almost double digits.
I'm not feeling too optimistic for the side of Sanguine right now. You needed that pistol round.
Look at on Sanguine the Panthers. Look at this as well. Rady. Still on a donut.
No, Rady. I love you, man, but not like this. I have to call it out. Well, Digital has to call it out. You're on the doughy, mate. Oh, I feel bad. I hate saying it because I'm with boys, but man, you need to step it up, my guy, if you're going to be trying to win this game. I hope you can hear me as we speak and you do decide to snap and go like, alright, you know what? It's my time to shine. I'm going to start dropping aces left, right, and center now. Mystic, you're just in the open.
Yep, and Gluto picks up the easiest kill of his life, really. Mystic was lying in wait for him on the silver platter. And smokes are out, the take is out. The Bubble Dragons, they have secured the A sites rather easily. Panthers, damage is the best they can hope for. Retaking is a pipe dream. Ready? First kill now! Alright, we're in the money! Onto precision. Now this could be a shift in the narrative. Lowell and Rady, they are going to get some kills, but Rady will fall. Xeno gets 2. Toblerone, he can't really go for much at this point. DA with the classic as well at distance. Look, the Spectres and the Rifles, they'll win this round handily. Toblerone, I take that back, takes out Gluttony, and he's still doing damage with the classic. DA, finally last player standing, and he's going to get aimed at from 3 separate angles. He pushes out that smoke, it's going to be a crossfire, and left, right, good night. Double digits on the board for Bubble Dragons.
Okay, it can't get worse than 1 kill for Rady, right? He's at least got 1 kill on the board. Maybe there's potential comms in the team. He's just like completely yelling that he's gotten a kill on the board and this is time to step up there. Rady, if you're hearing this, mate, let's get some more kills on the board. Your team needs you. I be heavy default for the side of Bubble Dragon.
Crash.
Man.
It's the 15th round and Rady has just gotten 100% of his kills.
That is huge when you put it like that. That is absolutely
100%.
massive.
It's a big number.
Oh man.
But anyways, full buys out on the Panthers, on the defense, and like you said, split. It's a more defense-sided map, a unorthodox composition for sure, but Sentience could be first on engagements. Already backs off. Perhaps the timing all comes to bite his team in the butt. Ooh, I don't know about that one,
wall.
Chief. DA, the wall, and then Nebula is going to have to get deployed early. And it's a pretty small smoke as well. It doesn't cover the entirety of the midsection.
Yeah, that's a OC wall kick W right there. Bit unfortunate, but it shouldn't spell disaster at least.
Luo.
They need a multi-frag here, though.
Luo at least traded his teammate out. Sage is out of the equation. 4-on-4, but the Bubble Dragons, they're starting to lean over towards the A site. Thankfully, though, Mystic and Rady, the dynamic duo, they have utility set up, and Mystic ready to make a call, and Rady gonna swing. We could be seeing him multiply his kills rapidly.
Alright, Rady, it's your time. They're all coming to your site. This is the 3K spray down, I'm calling it right now.
Big call, he gets smoked off, so 0. Mystic is going to defend the site with all his life. Utility has been deployed. Rady doing some damage, but not quite confirming the kill onto Xeno. We'll have to back off now. Ramen, he's caught out in the angle. Spike is down. Mystic for 1, but however, across the angle, elbow. It was a flank. Precision. Never mind, he fished it off. 10 seconds left. The Spike has to go down right now. Rady, 200% of his kills. Almost 300. Can't land the shot. Maybe the Spike just enough time to get planted. Toblerone gets the kill onto Xeno. And Lua was the one to steal the kill. Precision finally goes down. The Bubble Dragons, they have a 5-round buffer. But the Panthers, this is their time to make up for lost ground. Rady, 200% of his kills. He doubled his kills now.
I was about to say, Rady, I mean, he's putting up some absolute impact frags right now. He's just doubled his kills in 1 round. That's absolutely insane stuff coming out from him. Jokes aside, though, it's good that he's starting to find his form there, and Toblerone as well, managing to find a kill from that massive flank. So it's not just going to be Mystic going positive in this game. Some others are starting to step up, and that's exactly what you need for the side of Sanguine. Their standard default coming up, and that's a really cool wall.
Oh, it's a really small angle as well, so I'm not too sure how much use it can be. Well,
Yeah,
there you go.
look at
Just as I say that,
There you go.
Gluttony can't push. Oh, well.
Oh,
Timing.
okay.
Luo.
Anticlimactic.
Luo, he will have to get the kill, and Paranoia already. Gluttony, he's able to push through. Great
wall.
Sage wall, and that Stinger, you can't afford to waste too much ammo on it. Toblerone holding really close outside the angle. Ramen, when you dash onto the side as a jet, where do you tend to look first? You always look towards the right, right? You will never check left. That's the job of your teammates. Thankfully, the Bubble Dragons, they'll work towards the B site. They rotate backwards, or maybe back to B. Lock crash, it's just back and forth this round.
Maybe making fake footsteps, trying to bait out a rotation back to A. I have no idea.
Cut noise, bait out a rotation.
Maybe.
But the rotation's actually for Panthers going over towards B, I think.
You know, kind of fake A here. Oh no, it's pulling rotations. Wait, huh? How?
One smoke did all the work. Now it's all down to the Toblerone by himself. Viper, snake bites, and he's getting pushed. Oh, Ramen, point blank with the blades, gives him a haircut. Gluttony, point blank with the Stinger, doesn't get anything. Luo for the kill, and DA probably expects that TP already onto the heaven angle. Xeno TPing back down again for the heal. Great play, and just creates so much noise and confusion for the defenders. The defenders, however, they have big guns. There's only one battle in the hands of Sentience. Mystic, first point on engagements. Slowly aggressing onto the side now. Xeno, Ramen, the double crossfire angle. No one's checking the back side. Sentient, he's still unbound just yet. Sentient could go huge. Gets 2. Mystic up to land this kill. Indeed he does. And finally, Radiant Mystic, they sweep up, manage to defuse. The Bubble Dragons, they're up by 4. And the Panthers, they're clawing the way back.
Well, there you go. First round found for the side of Sanguine, or second round, excuse me, for the defensive side. Their economy is in a decent spot right now. The side of Bubble Dragon will be looking to get another buy coming through. Ramen might have to elect for half armor if he wants a good rifle. Oh, never mind. He sold some util by the looks of things. What does he have? Only 1 cloud burst. I guess that makes sense because the cloud burst on Jet isn't as powerful as it used to be, going from 7 seconds back to down to the 4 seconds, I believe. Regardless of that, very heavy A setup coming out, but that's a really good Viper that may be able to stop that push.
Oh, yeah, they can make it onto the side, but they can't cross onto the spike plant location. Mystic Nano Swarm burns down Precision, and I'm sure that Viper wall came in clutch as well. Toxins are low, will have to drop any moment. Now Mystic gets to watch the flank from the elbow
That's
angle, picks up
huge.
Ramen, and then he opts to go for this shot onto Xeno. Doesn't quite manage to get the kill as he does get leered paranoid. The resurrection come out from Sentient, and that vocal line got cut short by Luo. And now it's all down to Gluttony, 1v4. Chances are slim. The Panthers, they have sprung their attack, and they're starting to aggress onto the prey. Gluttony, yeah. Firing squad gets taken down through the, what do you call that? The digital screen?
Green or whatever. Oh, just sign. That's what we used to call it at least. But I mean, that's actually so unfair. If that ever happens, you know, it feels like one of the most unfair things. You're getting spammed down through the wall. What can you really do about it? I'm really liking how Toblerone is actually flexing that wall around. That wall potentially might have completely saved them there.
Probably, because like I'm pretty sure as soon as someone touched the Viper wall, that's what allowed Mystic to get such a strong burn kill ASAP. Bear in mind, guys, it's a minus 50 HP debuff. That's humongous for any situation, really. And also for people in the chat who are wondering why we're giving so much cap to Rady, well, it's because we know him in real life to an extent, and it's funny. But I can say right now, he has... You know what? I won't say anything more. I was going to say 33% of his kills in the previous round, and now 25% when he's on 4. But nonetheless, man. Tactical pause to come out from the Bubble Dragons. Their economy, very rough. A half buy maybe, at the best, coming into this round.
Yeah, probably a half buy. I don't really see a reason to get much more than that. They're kind of just standing in the spawn. We'll go free cam here, you know? Because I'm too lazy to press buttons right now. We're just going to see them run around. I don't know what you really do here. I feel like you just poke and prod, try to maybe do a fake, just do a hard fake and try to get the spike down the other half of the map. I'm not too sure what else you really want to do in this situation when you're down on the firepower at least. Look, I don't know. They're just not moving. 3 of them just kind of standing still, just meditating maybe.
Mass discussion, as they really do need to figure out what to do, because they haven't won a single round. Well, they have actually won a few rounds in the second half, but the Panthers, they're catching up, building up economy. 3 rounds behind now. Ooh!
It's what? I mean, they're making me believe. Okay, they're making me believe that is definitely the case here. Oh. Player DC'd. Alright, so players DC'd as well, and apparently they might be in the toilet or something. That's amazing. Awesome. I love reading this chat in games like this. I mean, yeah, they're waiting on Gluttony, I believe. He's just kind of standing there. He's vibing. Look at him. Doing absolutely nothing. Holding the classic. Got the Reyna gun buddy as well. See, that's how you know he's a bit of a Reyna main. He has disconnected in the chat, though. They're digital.
Yeah, Crash.
I don't know what to do here. Like, what do you do if you're the side of... Like, I know I'm the color caster, but I am stuck. They've got, like, absolutely no weapons. And they're starting to get burnt out a little bit. Sangwon has just won 3 rounds in a row.
3 rounds in a row, and they're bringing things back. They have ultimates, Toblerone as well. The Viper's Pit, probably really deadly ultimate on Split as well. A single pop, it will basically lock down either B or A. And look, DA not far from having the resurrection as well. For the Bubble Dragons, they can probably afford to throw this round away, get economy. But coming into the next, Gluttony, assuming he comes back, he's going to have to go huge.
Yeah, it looks like his net's also DC'd, so that's
well, then it looks like we're going to have to go for a short break. Yeah. So everyone, go take a breather, get some water into your systems. So guys, don't go away just yet. This is map 3 split of the Bubble Dragons versus Sanguine Panthers. It's already 10-7, and we're almost done, almost at the finish line. But seriously, guys, let's wait for Gluto to fix his internet. We will be back soon. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Gluteus fixes incident, and wow, Crash, where are we?
Camera! It's a turtle!
Dun, dun, dun.
It's a turtle! Oh, there's action happening. Never mind. Let's go to the action.
Get back into it. The Panthers, Brady, first point of engagement, gets a kill now. He's woken up for short. Zeno, once again, we mentioned earlier, Bubble Dragons are on Eco. And DA spraying through it, picking up 2 for himself. Maybe a 3rd at this point. Sentient with the Sheriff, not quite being able to land the headshot. And DA going for the heal. Can't even reload. The Bubble Dragons off to a rough start. And Gluttony, oh my god, his internet died again at the worst of times. You must be joking. Sentient now, he's going to have to play this round by himself. 1v5. Maybe a knife fight is in the works.
Yeah,
but
so,
Mystic wants the kill.
Look, I don't really know what you're really gonna say about this round. Nothing's really gonna come of it. Never mind.
Okay, Sentient. That's a good shot. Takes down Mystic. Has a heal for himself as well, but he's gonna get surrounded and swarmed on by the remaining few defenders who have confirmed he is in the heaven angle. Has a rifle now. Back his turn towards Lowell. That was almost a nasty flick. Doesn't quite happen
This is
though.
tragic.
Gluttony.
Oh no. Oh no. Are you gonna check him?
He wants to knife.
30
What?
seconds left.
What? Rady, come on. Oh, mate.
Cam, I know this is like some Pepega Cam, but like what?
You're
No way that just
joking.
happened.
He's just AFK in the corner. Finally, DA comes around the...
10 seconds left.
DA didn't even see him. Toblerone. Finish the job. Finally.
He missed the shot as well. Oh my goodness. Alright, so Ramen requested that I zoom in on his face. So I'm gonna hit him with the standstill. Ramen, there you go. He wanted me to zoom in on his face. I have no idea why. There you guys go. Having a bit of fun with it now, whilst we do wait for the all-mate Gluttony to come back. I'm gonna pause it. There you go, Mr. Dig.
Thank you.
Ramen's one step ahead. There you guys go. That's Jet for you. If you didn't know what Jet looks, they're asking if they look good. I'm gonna hit them with the hell yeah. Oh, we're gonna get a group photo now.
Hey, that's nice. Everyone's grouping up. Let's get that overlay out of the way. So who do we have here? We have
this is cute.
Everyone's setting
You
up
got
the knives out as
Precision,
well.
Xeno, Ramen, and Sentient. There you go. And if we zoom out a little bit further, guys, you will not believe. You will not believe it. Where is it? Where are they? There's Gluttony on the far right.
Still in the server, so that's not too bad. And also in the chat as well, C-Does, he wants to shout out Eric. Happy birthday, everyone! If you can, wish Eric a very happy birthday for him in the chat.
Hey, shout out to Eric.
I'm not too sure.
Shout out to Eric. Hey, you're turning whatever today. Really hope that your birthday's awesome. You get a lot of cake. Get what your presents you wanted from your parents and your friends. Hopefully you got a massive party going. That'd be absolutely sick. Awesome invite. Thanks for the invite, man. Appreciate it. I'm not going to be crying about that. Regardless, still just standing it. I mean, do we get the slow camera pan into them? We do this now? We're going to have...
I guess, because
guns coming through. There you go. On the little old Jet's face.
It's a triple stack as well. You know, one thing I realized? I think the hand models for Sage and Jet is the exact same hand model.
Okay, look, I was gonna say, yeah, we can zoom in on their hands, but I feel like there's probably a couple of creeps in Twitch chat that would probably really appreciate that. And no, I'm not gonna do that. It's not happening, guys.
Choke me, please.
Oh, there you go. Got a bit of movement coming out from Sentient. I have no idea what's going on right now. We're just gonna keep it on this for the time being because there's absolutely nothing else to show, believe it or not. They're kind of standing in spawn.
I called a break earlier, and I'm not going to call on again because right now Gluttony really has to fix his internet. Worst case scenario, a team will DC, but you know what? In the meantime, let's actually see the economy because we just saw Ramen buy up a Phantom.
Hey, look at this angle. Oh, hold up. Look at this angle. Wait, I'm trying to get this angle. Ready? It's like with the they put. I was about to say we're like the sights on the gun. Doesn't matter. The Glutty's returned.
Glutty finally back in the server, and they will be able to go for a full buy. It's getting late. I can understand his parents telling him to be a little bit quiet. But mom, it's an official. This is the Oceania Tour. This is your chance at the big leagues. Nonetheless, the Bubble Dragons up by 2 rounds, 10-8. 5 ultimates on the side of Panthers. This is their chance. This is their time, Crash. Heavy B stack, and well, there you go. 1 ultimate already used, and that was what I talked about 2 rounds ago. That is the Viper's Pit to guarantee a hold for B side, more or less.
There you go. Bit of pressure towards male as well is something that we do need to consider. Toblerone this is a really cool angle.
Oh, he gets spotted out. He gets spotted out.
Oh, what's happening?
that's just brutal. I think it's the same player again, time and time again. It's always the Omen who manages to spot him out inside the Viper's pit. Neural Theft is out and will reveal the positions of the last 3 defenders. They had so much time to try planning out how to play this round, and Gluttony, he's coming back huge now. Lul is out of the equation. Rady, he has the Blade Storms. Mystic has a lockdown. Do you use it? This is...
Oh, that's
okay,
filthy.
you definitely don't use it. This Gluttony, he's back with a vengeance! Picking up the kills. Oh my god, he was AFK for a bit, but now he's keen to finish this game. Just aping out. Oh, that was almost a clean sweep going the way of Bubble Dragons.
There you go. Gluttony's definitely back, I'll tell you that much. I have absolutely no idea what else is happening, to be honest. 11-8. Gun still available. Rady is going to be going for that 50 cal, as you like to put it. Is that correct?
$5,000 50 cal. I like the
There
fives.
it is.
This is a really ballsy peak. It's the first time he's done this. 5 kills. Could be 6 or a collateral. Okay, he whips. There's a timing that we're not working on in his favor. Now, oh my gosh, the Bubble Dragons, they're aggressing so heavily. 4 players into heaven and TP into screen from Xeno. It baits out the defenders to fall back. Precision, they're in heaven. Now, honestly, at this point, they can really go wherever they want. They can go over to the B sites, as they are doing right now through ropes. So much rotation, so much manpower has been moved over to the A site screens. Not a single kill in sight just yet. You still have 4 ultimates on the defender's side, but alright, guess we do have the Bubble Dragons just pinched in mid, walking around. All they need is the first engagement.
Yeah, it's just slowed down here. Lul's going to be watching the top of mail here. This is going to be very awkward. Gluttony is on the other side. This angle, this potential fight could potentially change the round. It's going to be won by Lul there.
Lul finally does get the first kill in rotation. Will be leaning towards the B sides. Lul looking for more. Oh, the spray down. Xeno and Ramen, the turn up huge. DA, Lul, gone. Dusted. 3-on-3. The Killjoy lockdown is still available. This round is very winnable for the Panthers to extend this and deny Bubble Dragons of their match points. Ramen strategically sort of clearing every single angle, even angles that don't exist, really. And so the Snakebite, a second too late. It bounces off the Sage Wall as well, so it wouldn't have been productive, really. Lockdown has been used, they will force the plays off-site. But the problem is, look at this Ramen. He's so far back, going for the double updraft, trying to get a kill or 2. May get Toblerone, but Toblerone will get the sharp shot. With the Vandal. But Xeno, 30 HP, he may make the difference. Doesn't even have to shoot Rady. He wants the element of surprise. It's planned for him after all. Ready updraft, and Blade is with all it takes. Sentient by himself. Ready up the blades. Toblerone. He stuck it halfway easily. He could go for the full defuse at this point. Sentient's not peeking. The spike is sticking away. Toblerone confirms the kill, and then defuse to come through. 9-11. We're getting so close, Crash. We're getting so close.
Oh my goodness. These rounds are just so strange. They just decide to go up into A heaven, then they go on events, and then they leave a lurk, and then they leave on A main, and there's a fight happening towards male and towards B heaven. That Lul wins, and he gets traded out. And they go towards B, and it's 3v3 retake, lockdown, and then Rady gets a nice shot onto one of them alongside Toblerone, and it's a 1v1 in the end. That was such an insanely close round. I'm surprised I remember even what happened, considering it's getting a little bit late. I'm starting to get a little bit tired there, but there you go, it's 9-11. The operator won't actually be retrieved, though. That's something that we need to consider as well. There was an operator invested in that round, I believe.
Yes, there was, and Rady this time going to work with the Vandal. Viper will again, mass, respect. Gluttony doesn't even care. Disrespect. Gets debuffed anyways. Long shot. Vandal. Once ahead. Mystic is gone. And the team paranoia as well. Just a good measure. Cosmic Divide to come through. Maybe a little bit early because the retake is not in action just yet. Viper is still on the B site. Finally, Spike gets planted, but Cosmic Divide, I'm not too sure how long it lasts for, but can't go this long.
20 seconds, I think.
20 seconds. So a Brim Smoke, basically. Finally, the retake is coming through, and Rady, he's just being patient, waiting for more players to swarm onto the site. Sentient first kill onto DA. Finally, the trade back from Toblerone. The Lear won't help his odds, though. Going for more. Toblerone by himself, 1v3. Can't quite get any more. Confirms one to Gluttony. Falls match point for the Bubble Dragons. And this could be the nail in the coffin.
It's looking pretty grim here. On the side of Sanguine, they can get a buy off, so that's going to be extremely important to see. Only issue is Rady. Not going to be able to get an ideal weapon. Spectre's definitely no joke, though. You can get a bunch of kills with it. Mystic as well is going to be opting for Guardian with light armor, light shield. So
Not optimal buys. It's not the end of the world though. They definitely have some firepower at their disposal that's not going to be laughed at. But this is a very heavy A hit. They need to be able to hold this off. They cannot make any more mistakes for these next 3 rounds.
Brady, he confirms a push by the Bubble Dragons over the A site, and I do think the Bubble Dragons, they have found their sites to hit. They love A, and they'll keep aggressing it. Utility being baited out, and look, I think they're getting used to the Viper Wall now. First, it worked out fantastically for Toblerone map 1 and 2, but now, as you can see, Gluttony, he just doesn't even care anymore, just pushing right through. Even through the debuff, he's confident he can win the aim duels, but the rotation from the Bubble Dragons over to B sites, precision for the engagement. Oh, that's a dirty flick, not a single damage to be seen. A second as well, precision!
Oh, no.
Guaranteed. The man living up to his names. Like you said earlier, this could be the last legs of the Panthers we're seeing right now.
They need a miracle, Digital. They need an absolute miracle right now. I don't know how you meant to get onto this fight. It's a 3v5 and you're retaking on B with no real utility. That's gonna turn the tide in your favor. Though Mystic does find one.
It's still
Ramen's
aggressive.
also on this location.
Ramen will lose the duel. Mystic just had the Spectre. You can't underestimate the gun. Just keep spamming and running and gunning. Toblerone falls to Xeno. All rests on Mystic's shoulders now. 1v3. The spike has already ticked away too far. Tapping away, and the Sage Wall has so much utility. It won't help his odds. Xeno! Oh, it doesn't matter. Clean shot. 13-9 to finish the Panthers off. The Bubble Dragons do reign supreme. The Pokemon fight is over.
Probably definitely not the result that Sanguine expected there, but on the flip side, Bubble Dragon's going to be extremely happy with the way they played. That means they secure another best of 3 to be played tomorrow night at the exact same time against their round 2 opponent there. I mean, that was a really good series, all things considered, and I keep highlighting that it was a round 1 matchup. And the fact that we start at least go towards map 3, the really interesting map 3 as well, I mean, you can't really ask for much more now, can you, Digital?
No, absolutely can't. I wasn't expecting this level of entertainment for the first round of 64 game that we're casting in the Oceania Tour. But I'm glad we were here for it, and oh dearie me, absolute full entertainment. So you could say it's a pug team versus a more organized team, and at the end of the day, Gluttony, despite all the internet issues and everything, he definitely came up huge for his team towards the end. And oh dearie me, Xeno, 22 kills, top fragging, but Sanguine Panthers, map 1, really good on Icebox. Split, not quite their forte.
There's a bunch of glimmers of hope as well. There's a bunch of things that they do have to work on there going forward. Outside of that, they've got really good a foundation there. They've got a good core of 5 that they can at least work with. They've got interesting agent compositions that they want to use there. I mean, they have so many tools available to them. They're not really in a position where they want to drop much, I guess. Like, they've got a solid 5, and that's very rare to find nowadays. Also, do we have a potential interview lined up?
I am trying to get one organized, but you know, it's reasonably late at night, so maybe the teams don't want to come. But I messaged Sentient, and ideally he replies to me real soon. Because guys, an interview always very nice. And now back to our handsome faces while we wait for a player to come on. Sentient, he says yes. I'll add him.
Add it to our chat real quick. Whatever happens. Gonna chat, you know, just a little bit, have a friendly conversation, interview him a little bit. I have no idea what I want to ask. I'm terrible in interviews. I feel like you should just take this one if I had a question.
Well, I'll start off, Brash, and you ask him the more detailed questions, whether involving strats or whatever. Sentient, you there?
Yeah, man. How you guys doing?
First off, very well, and I hope you are very well yourself. Obviously tired, but congratulations first off. 13-9 to finish off map 3, 2-0 versus the Panthers. And wow, man, how do you feel, seriously, to go the distance in your first game of the Oceania Tour Stage 2?
Honestly, I have no idea what's happening right now, but like, no, it was just good fun. We're a pug team, so we had like no idea what we're doing, but you know, we just ran what we knew and then got the games done.
Well, a pug team definitely successful, as you can see earlier in Stage 1, straight out of the zoo. In all sense of the word, a pug team, but they made it to 3rd place. So you guys could be the next straight out of the zoo in the makings. Nonetheless, though, one MVP overall for this entire series, who? Sentient?
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, what was that? I'm still here.
Oh, sorry. One MVP for the entire series, who would it be?
I reckon I don't know. It'd have to go both. I think I'd give it to Glot this time. That guy was dealing with net issues, parent issues, and he still came through with
Wait,
us.
say
To
parent
at the end.
issues?
Yeah, I don't know what was happening, but
Kicking him off the internet or something? It's
yeah,
bedtime?
I don't know what was happening, but like, I
Oh, mate.
Well,
That
how
happens to
old
the best
is
of us.
Gluttony?
think Glot's 18. I think he's
Oh.
18.
Okay, fair enough.
There you go.
Not too bad. I was expecting a little bit younger, but nonetheless, came up huge for a team. MVP definitely worthy, especially map 2. But map 1, though, I think you guys really struggled on the Icebox. Is that just purely because you guys don't scrim too much or practice Icebox?
So we do scrim. It's just that we've never scrimped on Icebox, and that was our first time playing on that
right,
map.
okay.
Ooh, wow. So things went really rough for you guys.
Yeah, we had players playing like I think so our Omen on Icebox was a Sentinel, so he was a bit clueless as well. So he was having a rough time on Icebox, and then yeah, rough all around, honestly.
But then map 2 and 3, Xeno just coming up huge, more in his comfort zone, especially for Split, top fragging at 22 kills. Meanwhile, you, Sentient, the support backbone for your team, really, and being consistent all the way through. Ramen, 6 First Bloods, nothing that I can really talk about. But overall, anything from you, Crash?
I got nothing. I'm just happy we got to see 3 maps and 3 competitive maps at that. Really interesting. Do you know what your next round or matchup is?
Yeah, I think we're missing over Palace Strike.
Ooh,
It'll be a
there you
tough
go.
one. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's an interesting opponent right there. So that'll be interesting for you guys. I'm curious to see how you guys will fare up against a team like River Palace Strike, who's been established for quite some time now. So it will be interesting to see how you guys go against them. I've got nothing else to say besides best of luck for tomorrow, and cheers for giving us a really entertaining series, really.
Yeah, no, pleasure.
Well, Sentient Man, I do have one last question. What's in the future for the water-breathing bubble dragons?
To be honest, I think we're just gonna keep going the way we're going. We're in the open series right now, and then I think we're gonna try and get to amateur and then keep going from there.
Okay, fair enough. That's very admirable, and hopefully you guys improve in the future and stay as a core 5 for the time being. Any last minute shout outs you want to give out on stream?
Yeah, shout out to Josh. He's also our sub. He was subbed out this game. But yeah, no, shout out to everyone in the stream that was going for us, especially Josh. He was I just saw him spamming in the chat, but yeah.
All the time. Josh was there with you guys all the way, and he saw it through to the end. Mad respect, Josh the king, you the real king. Well, Sentient, thanks for coming, man, and best of luck for tomorrow.
No worries.
Crash, there you have it, Sentient, the interviewee for the Bubble Dragons. He gave us the thoughts, and tomorrow, look, it's gonna be a rough game for them. Over Palace Strike, you know how good they are. You probably you know a lot of the players personally as well, so they are not to be trifled with.
Yeah. Look, it'll be an interesting matchup. I'm not too sure if I will be available tomorrow to jump in with you. So if you're going to be doing some of these, it might be a solo one. Could be wrong there. Figure that one out. There's definitely going to be some interesting games as well coming out. I mean, August Extra could be all right. Outside of that, what else do we have? AGG's 1620 Kings, that could be something. ShadowNet Grinch Gang's not an awful matchup either. Just trying to have a look at this bracket currently. Bizarre Gaming McTeam could be interesting. So there you go. Ooga Booga Nebula as well. That's one that we spoke about last night. Or a couple nights. Oh, was it last night? It was last night,
recently, but the thing is, I've already confirmed to cast actually Ooga Booga versus Nebula tomorrow night, guys.
Well, there you go.
What time is it? At 7 o'clock. So, guys, 7 o'clock, tune in tomorrow night. Ooga Booga versus Nebula. Nebula, they have been stepping up. But nonetheless, Crash, thank you for joining on today. You know, the color commentary and the observing. Huge shout out. Everyone, go follow this Italian Stallion on Twitter at CrashOBS. And thank you, Zalagar, for the $20 donation to a man himself, going towards his coffee machine. And your camera just absolutely glitched out. But nonetheless, any closing words from you, Crash?
I got nothing. Cheers for the fun day, or the fun night. Good series, fellas. Keep up the good work for everyone. Shout out to Digital for having me. And you guys in chat for putting up with my annoying little voice alongside me pressing the buttons. Yeah, appreciate you all.
Well, guys, you heard the man. And then once again, I am your caster, DigitalQF, your host. You can follow me on Twitter right here, or Twitter at DigitalQF, or my Twitch account right here. Will you see me casting more in the future? I'll redeem one last flex for you guys. Zalagar, that's for you, baby. Everyone, thank you for the follows. Thank you for the support. Thank you, Zalagar, once again for the dono to Crash. It'll fund his coffee addiction a little bit further. Everyone, thank you for watching. As always, thank you, and see you on the next one. Catch me tomorrow, 7 p.m.